you talk about, baby 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 you talk about, How you gonna talk like that when your eyes go, baby you look bright-eyed? Never gonna read them, you need him, baby, still more than mine. Gotta put up with that, baby you talking back. You try to walk up on some tape and now we running back. But I'm thinking you and me, we just can't sleep. Addicted, baby, when you walk my way. How you wanna talk about this like that? Still running back, baby, won't you run it back? Baby you talk about, 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 I'll be wishing you and me, we try to meet. So listen, baby, when you saw my face, how you gonna switch up on me like that? So run it back, baby, won't you run it back? Baby you talk about, 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 baby you talk about.
Hello Internet, welcome to Frogberries, the show where not even the device streaming the stream wants to do the stream. Hi everybody, how's it going? Sorry about the issues that we had earlier. I am Nachiroshi PIPI ANANASSA, and tonight's a very special night. Tonight is my undoing. Tonight is my fucking reckoning. Because tonight, as promised by the wonderful goal that you wonderful viewers blasted through during my donathon back in November, we begin our trek to watching every single Game Theory FNAF video. All of them. There's 67 of them. We ran the math. I don't think last stream, but the stream before that, we ran the math. It's 21 complete hours of content. That's with no breaks. That's if you just were to watch them from number 1 to number 67 all the way through. No breaks for your peeing or hunger or thirst or sanity. 21 full hours. Now, originally I was going to divide this into 4 or 5 hour streams just to get it over with, because I was going to put it into a single weekend and then realized I physically could not do that. But then I had a funny little idea. 5 Nights at Freddy's, 5 nights watching 5 Nights at Freddy's content. Thank you. I am a modern genius. I do understand the incalculable knowledge that I've just placed upon the world. You don't have to thank me. You can do so later. So we're gonna spend from now until Sunday night. From now until Sunday night. Where is the fucking chat? Where did it go? Hello, chat. Why is chat not on screen? Hold on. Chat? I mean, she looks fine. I mean, wait, I don't know why she looks like that, but she looks fine. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because we're here to watch. Tonight's goal is 14 episodes of Game Theory. We're gonna watch 14 episodes of Game Theory every night from now until Sunday. And then maybe we'll do something fun afterwards. You might get a reward for this. Anyway, we are not going to spend too much time. I know usually we do a little pre-stream thing where I talk for about, 45 minutes to an hour. We catch up, blah, whatever. But we are about to watch 4 hours worth of Matthew Patrick. Obligatory 30-minute broken stream to start off. Yes. Yes, love to see it. Yes, we are starting as is expected of twitch.tv/frogberries, but we did it. We got through it. We're here now. We're here now. And that really is unfortunate, to be quite honest with y'all. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to this. Listen, I've done this before. My big old secret, the whole reason why I agreed to do this in the first place, that my big old secret is I don't hate game theory. I would never invest this much time into something that I genuinely like didn't want to do, did not enjoy. Like, but the idea of like sitting down after work for the next couple of days to consume 21 hours of game theory, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, yes. So we're gonna get to housekeeping, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop into the collab dungeon. Anybody on my server with access to the collab dungeon is absolutely free to come in and out whenever they want. I'm gonna be here for about 4 hours, so buckle in, I guess. You're welcome to join at any time. But anyway, it's housekeeping time for now. By the way, at the end of streams, I want to start plugging my shit. Like, not just in the beginning. Like, I want to remember to like link people back to like the Discord and Twitter at the very least. Somebody remind me to link the Discord and Twitter at the end of the stream. Somebody remind me to do it because I keep fucking forgetting. I keep telling myself, oh man, Pippi, this will be a great idea. This will be a great idea. It'll just remind people that it's there. You might get some more traction in the Discord server. And then I forget to do it. I forget to do it every single time. Anyway, hello everybody. How's it going? I'm not Jiroshi Pippi ANANASSA, and tonight's stream is going to be fucking hell. However, that being said, my streams and my content will always be free to access, free to watch, but if you're feeling generous and it's financially safe for you to do so, you can drop me a couple money dollars at !tip or !donate in chat. There you can send a funny little message to be read through text-to-speech. Please don't post any bad words because it's her first day on the job and she's very nervous. If you'd rather know exactly where your money is going, you can take a look over at my Throne page. Everything exceeding $35 is 100% crowdfunded. There's some stuff that comes back around to directly helping the stream. So you can check that out if you do feel so inclined. If we have any artists in chat, you can post any stream related art to #Cryptograph on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, follow me on Twitter. It's /frogberry, spelled exactly the same way it is here. I'm silly over there, I guess. I don't know. You get the occasional channel update. I don't know. The channel's a mess right now. It's the slow season. It'll pick back up when my energy picks back up. But for now, we're watching 14 episodes of Game Theory. That's how far we've fallen, okay? I don't control this, all right? Beggars can't be choosers. However, if you want to join the Discord server, I generally tell the Chad Pad everything that's about to happen first and foremost, and then maybe I consider posting it to Twitter. So if you're at all interested in what's hot in the world of Pippi ANANASSA, hop on over to the Chad Pad. It's pretty chill community over there, pretty nice, pretty relaxing. You get channel updates. You can talk to people. We've got some artists in there that sometimes show off their cool art. Come in, say hi. I promise it'll be fun. I'm not gonna plug the Blue Sky because nobody fucking uses Blue Sky. I think that's it. I forgot to open tits. I always try to make sure I do open tits, because if I don't open tits, then I have like channel point redeems that sometimes throw things at me, or like the like the snack command that will like throw the nugget at me. And if anybody just remembers that it's there and like uses it in the middle of the stream, like I don't want it to be like disappointing because I forgot to load the program, you know, like upsetting. Oh, okay though. Housekeeping out of the way. Hold on. You know what? You guys want to start the stream with a neck crack? I know usually we don't crack our neck until like kind of the middle of the stream, but you know, we can start it right now. Hold on. Tits, cooperate. Doink. Okay, so your throws might be a little bit off, but don't even worry about it. Anyway, my neck feels stiff. Let's do this. There you go. That's your neck crack for the stream. We got a neck crack down for good luck. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let's just jump into it. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Let's rip the fucking band-aid off. Game Theory FNAF playlist. Okay. Theories only in order. Alright. It's time, everybody. Why am I so low? Hi, everybody. I'm very low on the screen. Jesus Christ. Hold on. What if I was like higher, but like a little bit smaller? There we go. Yay. That looks wrong. Wait a minute. Hold on. Was I always that low? That's concerning, but okay. Okay. Why is that so small? Why is everything so small? Doom, 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 doom. All right, it's time. Let's fucking do this. 3, 2, 1.
Hello once again, theorists. Welcome to Matt Pat Plays. Today we are playing the scariest game of all creation. Probably never heard of it. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, wait. Okay, there is something that I do know about this before we get started, before I kind of like settle into like the stream and everything. This first theory, it's from 9 years ago. It's a lot different than the other theories, so you're gonna get a little bit of tonal whiplash as we kind of get into this because there's like a little bit of controversy, but not too much around this first one because it's old game theory. It's not quite as like game lore based as basically every other video in this playlist. He connects the plot of FNAF to like a real crime that happened somewhere in America, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I guess like if you're not like too into true crime, then this one will definitely not be for you, but yeah, it's just a warning before we go in. I'm gonna hop into the fucking server real quick. And I'm gonna make sure. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Chat can hear you. There we go. Pluto's
Hi,
here. You're fucking loud. Jesus. Okay.
Sorry. Wait, hold on. Fuck, I had a plan. I had this planned out. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Shoot your shit. Shoot your shit.
Hold on. Wait. Give
Waiting.
me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, you should pick like a Pikmin.
Shirts down to my knees, Jesse Pinkman. Before you talk shit to me, you should think, man. Cause I won't run away, I won't even think, man.
I'm making silly money,
Yeah, I'm making racks now. I'm flat and I'm just bringing out the flags now.
You wonder how I made it,
You can ask how.
You can tell that I'm
Up to the task now. My singing was the worst. I'm becoming happy with my singing for the first time. I'm the man you should pick like a Pikmin.
And when I post a
New song you should click, man. You better click, man. Rest in peace to Paul Walker. He's swerving up in heaven now.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, let me take the video down. Hold on, let me share my screen also. So you can see what's happening.
I have you pulled up on Twitch on my phone, and I'm drawing. Oh, also, hi chat. Sorry, I've been neglecting you.
Yeah, chat, this is Pluto. It's been 80,000 years since they've been on the channel, so you might have forgotten, but this is Pluto.
I'm redrawing my little sprite down there for you because you have the outdated one. So I'm
I
redrawing
do have the outdated one. By the way, the Pluto's the wrong animal right now. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm a jellyfish now, not a raccoon.
Yeah, like wow, that's like not even a mammal anymore.
I know. Arrest me.
Get arrested, idiot.
Get arrested.
Okay, wait. Are we good? I think we're good.
Go. What's this? It's a camera. The camera came up.
he's not to pause so quickly. This man is dunking on this game like it's not about to become like the lifeblood of his career for the next 10 years.
Is that a bunny?
He has no idea.
Is that a bunny?
He doesn't know. Who's gonna tell him?
He doesn't know. Who's gonna tell him?
Who's gonna tell him?
Oh god!
Wait, you want me to send you a little preview for the thing I'm working on right now?
Yeah, oh my god, please.
I want your opinion. So I'm gonna stick around with the like sleeping when I'm not active and then being alert when I'm
Oh god!
talking.
Shut the door! Shut the door! Shut the
So
door!
I think it's funny.
It is funny, it's hilarious.
But this time I'm putting myself in a comfy little chair with all my stuffed animals and
Aww.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Beeper.
It's gonna say Mr. Pepper instead of Dr.
He
Pepper,
looks
'cause I don't
so young.
such a baby. Look
I
at
don't
him.
like he is like
Oh.
that is not the MatPat I know. The MatPat I know has been weathered by his toxic yaoi with Scott Cawthon. Who is that?
Just the fan. Just the fan.
That's crazy.
I don't know about you, but every time the camera makes the sound to come up, I pee a little bit in my pants.
He's dunking so hard. Oh my god.
What?
Hey, I don't know if
That's it?
Hold on.
That's it? It's a jump scare? Little bunny rabbit jump scare. Really?
I think you might want to turn up the volume on the video that you're playing.
Okay.
Alright. I mean, oh god. it's so
I hope your
terrifying.
Discord soundboard isn't super loud. Just saying. Oh my
There's a bunny
god,
rabbit jump
Pato.
door. Man, this is truly compelling gameplay. Oh my gosh, guys.
I sent
I'm
the
almost out of
picture
power.
to the art channel in the
11% and it's 5 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh, please don't get me Freddy. Please don't
for
get
everyone.
me Freddy.
Everybody's viewing pleasure.
That's
You
what it
son of a
takes.
bitch.
Get me.
Hunter, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I swear to God, that would have scared the shit out of me if I were not making eye contact with the call right now, right as you popped in. That would have stolen my soul from my body. Pluto, this is cute. Thank you for your contribution.
Hey, Pato.
Yeah, y'all laugh that shit up.
No, listen, because I'm snacking on cookies right now, and it dropped, and I flung my cookies so fucking far. I don't know where.
Okay, wait, hang on. I think I need. Let me roll the video. I need to make some edits because. Pato, you are very large. Meow, 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 meow.
Slightly to the left, there's a big pocket.
I'm having a really hard time mixing this shit. Hold on.
Hello, internet. Welcome to Game
I don't know about you guys, but
Theory,
I'm
where
settling in. I have like 4 different snacks and 2 different drinks in front of me. I'm ready.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I just heard.
Pizza.
I just fucking heard like the way he did that intro, like not like growling his voice. That's insane. Like this is like a time capsule.
Baby man.
Hold on, I'm pulling
Fear
up another
is our
window
middle
too.
name, Matthew Fear Patrick. It's a very strange name. Okay, I'll admit it. I didn't give Five Nights at Freddy's enough credit when it first came out. A few jump scares from creatures that, aren't that scary. People overreacting to it on YouTube. Meh, pass. But then when I asked you about it, you showed overwhelming support for an episode on the game on Twitter, so I began to dig a little deeper. Deeper, and what I found was some of the most interesting storytelling, most intriguing mysteries, and most disturbing events I'd read about in a long time. Now, if you were just to play the game straight through 5 days, the story would actually come across as pretty superficial. You're the new night guard watching the security cameras at a Chuck E. Cheese style restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. 4 animatronics roam the halls at night because the owners don't want their servos to lock up. Bad news is, you can't let them near you, or else they'll kill you on the spot because you look like a naked endoskeleton. Ow, ow!
Excuse you, I think.
Show them those circuits! Apparently, one of them bit someone back in 87, presumably 1987. And the past guard leaves you recorded phone messages to act as your tutorial, that is, as much as he could
Okay, hold on.
record before he got himself killed. And that's it! Stay 5 nights, collect your paycheck, done, game over, play something new. But playing it that way is doing the game a huge disservice.
Yo, I know you're doing something
because
completely
that's not even
different, but I'm just
scratching
doing.
the
I feel like I
surface.
need to talk about my day. I just transferred over. I transferred over my phone to a new billing company because I'm getting kicked off the old plan. I have to make it on my own now.
No, not my
And it's like,
not my sugar daddy, even someone I don't even talk to anymore.
now for real, a family that I have no connection to because I cut off their kid. Anyways, not giving context for that.
You did what?
Not giving
That crazy.
I used to be friends with
Insane,
somebody,
man.
and I'm not friends with them anymore. And their parents used to pay for my phone bill. So kind of sad. But yeah, so they just kicked me off of it, which is fine. I'm a grown adult. I should be paying my own phone bill now.
I mean, in the industry, we
Um,
call that a slay.
In the industry, we call that a slay. We call that a girl boss move. And trying to switch over my phone to this new company was such a fucking pain in the ass because they have AT&T. And AT&T is like a dying cockroach. It will not let go. Like at every turn, it was like, oh, but you need to do this if you want to switch over your phone. Like, I did everything to make sure that my phone was compatible. I ordered the SIM card ahead of time so that I wouldn't be waiting like without service for a few days. And then I put it in, I set it up, I have the account information, I put it all in, I transfer over the phone. It's like, sorry, your phone number transfer it failed. You can't do that. I went, okay, why?
You
It gave me no
can't
answer.
do that.
Yeah, I was like, sorry. Can you check to make sure all your information is right? Hey, spoiler alert, it was fucking right. So I did it again. I didn't change anything. I just put it through again. And the second time it worked, I was like, oh, okay, bestie. Well, it was nice having you. Bye. And then I put in my SIM card, and my phone was like, actually, your phone is network locked. So you have to go to AT&T and request it to be unlocked. I was like, are you... Girl, you told me it was unlocked. What do you... Anyways. Then they tried to charge me $26 to have my phone unlocked. And so I had to get a workaround.
Cellular companies, am I right?
I didn't pay anything. So, but it was
Sure, like, it's not
exhausting.
that big of a deal that you two are, like, smooshed next to each other, but, like, I literally don't know how to fix it.
I was gonna say, if you put me in front of Pato, it can look like he's patting my head.
That's the thing, is that, like, I don't know how to move it in, like, real time. Like, I'm moving the slider to move you guys around, but it's, like, not doing anything.
Aw. Unfortunate.
Dog,
Pato, why
get
don't you
away
wanna
from each
touch me?
other. Leave room
Why
for
don't you wanna touch
Jesus.
the top of my head?
What?
Pet me. What are you doing? Why not?
Okay. Let me just reach my hand.
Alright.
He didn't say anything. God, come on.
Bro, I'm being gay right now. I'm actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. So sorry for bothering you.
Don't worry about
God
it.
damn it. Wait, hold on. God, hold on. I know what the problem is. Let me play
If
that.
you're really observant,
Be entertained.
you start to unravel the layers of unsolved mysteries around this place. You find that there's a fifth animatronic, that posters on the wall will change randomly, that news clippings appear and disappear, telling the dark secrets of this twisted place. Putting it all together, here's the rest of the story. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, once a popular restaurant, fell into hard times when 5 children went missing there after being lured to a back room by a man dressed in a character costume.
There
Though
we
a
go,
suspect
okay.
was caught and convicted, the bodies of the children were never recovered. The pizzeria was also threatened with shutdown due to sanitation complaints, as foul odors started to come from the animatronics, blood and mucus oozing from their eyes and mouths. The last article, written
my blood and
years
mucus
after the incident, states that the pizzeria would finally be closed by year end. In addition to the core 4 robots, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, and Foxy, there's also a fifth, unofficially referred to as Golden Freddy. Ignoring the rules of physics, Golden Freddy appears and disappears at will, can inexplicably travel through doors, wherever, causing strange hallucinations. And when he attacks you, you're not taken to the typical game over screen, your game crashes. So that's unsettling. And there's also strange messages appearing on the walls, repeating the words, "It's me." According to the game's creator, the place is indeed haunted.
The
by
game's
what we can only
creator.
assume to be the
As if he wouldn't be on a
You mean
first
your
name
boyfriend?
basis. You mean your boyfriend?
spirits of the 5 lost children. So that's the gist of it. Murder, missing children, foul odors, killer robots, and pizza. But that story leaves a lot of
And pizza.
lingering questions. Who is
Love how
your
you said that.
character? How's he fit in? Why does he stay for 5 nights when he's very clearly confronting the possibility of death? What more can we know about this terrifying Golden Freddy? And most importantly, what is the complete story behind 5 Nights at Freddy's? They're all good questions about a delightfully
Nights at
incomplete and
Freddy's.
mysterious story with just enough threads to keep you theorizing. So now, if you'll indulge me, let me reciprocate that story with one of my own. I think you'll find it interesting. December 1993, Aurora, Colorado. 10 p.m. Tuesday
God,
night at
here
a
he
local
goes.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Here we
Your
fucking
family's
go.
birthday party runs long. Manager Margaret Colbert,
His tangents
teenage
get wild as the
Sylvia
years go on.
Crumb,
Like
Ben
those out of
Grant, Colleen
context
O'Connor, and
clips,
Bobby
they don't get any
Stevens
better
were
with
forced to stay
context.
late to close up
I
shop.
think,
But as
I think
Margaret
him doing
tallies
so many
receipts in
like
the back,
theory videos
Bobby
on Five Nights
scrubs
at
down
Freddy's
the
really
kitchen,
ate
and
away
the
at
other
sanity.
3 work outside in the main
Yeah, I think
hallway.
Scott really put him through the
Unbeknownst to
fucking
any of
ringer.
5, there's actually a 6th person locked in the building with them, waiting silently in the darkened restrooms. A 19-year-old named Nathan Dunlap. Earlier that year, Nathan had begun working there as a cook, dough master, before getting fired in July after a disagreement over his hours. Now, 5 months later, he was back. At 10:05, he left the bathroom, pulled out a small caliber handgun, and proceeded to execute everyone in the building. First
Five
Sylvia,
Nights at Freddy.
then Colleen. Dunlap then moved to the kitchen, where he surprised
Finally,
Bobby
the
Stevens.
man behind
The
his
bullet
daughter.
entered Bobby's jaw, sending him sprawling onto the ground. Then finally, Nathan moved to the back, the office, where Margaret opened the safe before Nathan shot her twice, proceeded to grab her bag, filling it with $1,600 in cash, arcade tokens, and keychains. Spurt.
What is he doing
Hey,
with
I
it?
want-
What is he doing with the tokens? What's he doing with them? What's the point?
Eating
Don't
them.
worry about it.
Do you think? Wait, no, genuinely, do you think that was like his fucking like memento? You know how serial killers they have mementos after their kills.
I don't think this guy's a serial killer. I think he just like snapped and they caught him, I think.
Well, they all have to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
I mean, the purple guy started somewhere. So
That is true. That is true. The purple guy, it did indeed start somewhere. I don't want to fucking do this.
Put on by
Damn
the
it.
building security footage, he
Lock
was at his
in,
home a few
Pippi,
hours
lock
later, when
in,
he was
damn.
promptly arrested. He was tried and sentenced to death.
Lock
but
the
his
fuck
story
in.
re-entered
We're here
the
for the
news
long
just
haul.
recently as his punishment has been postponed, leading people to debate whether he's able to sleep soundly, knowing that his execution has been delayed. This
Hold on, I'm
is a
gonna Google
tragic
it. Has he died yet?
Disgusting waste of human
Is he
life,
dead
and one
yet?
that I won't joke about or make fun of in any way. But I want to address it because I have a strong suspicion that this story is the one that inspired Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's look at the facts. First, I don't think that there's any doubt that Freddy's is a parody of Chuck E. Cheese. From the singing animatronics
Chat,
to
I
the
love you so
alliterative
much, but I'm gonna
naming of
treat
the
this like a
characters,
FaceTime
the
call.
parallels are just
What did you just say?
I said I love chat so much, but I'm gonna treat this like a FaceTime call.
Yeah, do it. Kick your little feet. Dunlap's death sentence was commuted to life in prison without parole in 2020 after Colorado abolished the death penalty. So there you go. He has not died, and not only has he not died, he won't die.
obvious, so the setting is
Cringe.
certainly the same. Next, what
Like,
year
period,
does
never.
Five
He's
Nights
immortal.
take place? The time is certainly
will never
kind of
die.
vague, but there are clues that
Life,
put together.
it
For
never
one, the
died.
Chuck E.
Women
Cheese
are my
franchise
favorite guy.
experienced a
Sex,
period of
I'm
growth
wanting
and
more.
success in the late 80s and early 90s, but started to decline along the same time as arcades with at-home
What's that
video
one
game
song that you
consoles
showed me
taking
about
center
men's
stage.
thighs?
So that's one clue, but we can get even more.
What?
You know
what
which one I'm
now?
talking about. It's like super gay. It has to do with JoJo.
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
swear to God, that's the only thing I can remember about it.
How long ago was
Should've-
that?
Middle school, babe. Like 8th grade.
Girl, I would not remember that. not gonna remember some shit I sent you when I was 13. God, how do you remember that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Detailed, specifically
Shut up and watch your game theory.
paycheck. Each night you're working a 6-hour shift, you're spending 5 nights there. So that's 30 hours of total work time for $120. In total,
God, I miss this
$4
font.
an hour.
I miss this
Okay,
font on
yeah,
game
that's
theory.
below minimum wage for 2014. But in 1990, minimum wage was $3.80. In 1991,
What a bargain.
it was raised to $4.25.
bargain.
And by
You could buy a house off
1996,
that.
you were looking at about $5
Ooh,
an
baby.
hour. So the game seems to take place between 1991 and 1996.
Plus
The
tax.
Nathan Dunlap story took place in 1993. But let's move on to the most important comparison, the victims. In the game, there were 5 child victims. In the real-life story, there were also 5 victims. But we can get even more specific. Online theories about the game always tend to draw a parallel between the number of kids missing to the number of animatronics, saying that the children's bodies were stuffed in the various suits. This appears to be true.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to pause so much in the first video, but this is like a gut punch. Like hearing him say
He doesn't know.
online, people always make connections between the number of children and the number of bodies. Like 9 years later, this is like getting smacked with a Roman candle. Like this.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Bonnie and Chica both have moans and raspy breath sound effects, as though someone's trying to cling to the last threads of their lives stuffed inside the costumes. And other
Oh, this
sounds
hurts.
from the animatronics are just slowed down versions of children's laughs and screams. Additionally, as the news clipping mentions, the suits ooze blood and mucus and begin to stink like decaying bodies or reanimated corpses. So 5 victims, 5 suits, seems like a slam dunk, but nowhere does it say that all 5 were murdered, only that they went missing and couldn't be found. Also, the trouble a lot of people have with this theory is Golden Freddy. Why is that guy so limp and lifeless? So unlike the others. It's weird, until you go back to the real-life story. Yes, there were 5 people shot that night in Chuck E. Cheese, which matches the 5 victims in Freddy's story.
Jesus.
But of those,
Shot dead at Chuck E.
one
Cheese is
survived.
crazy.
Bobby, the one
That's a
from the
fucking
kitchen,
insane sentence.
miraculously survived the shot to his jaw. After he was knocked to the floor by the bullet, he went limp, played dead, to avoid the killer coming back to finish the job. And that relates exactly
That's so
to the
sad.
advice
Oh
you're given
my
on
God.
night 3 by
Yeah.
the phone guy.
It's terrible.
Again, let me reiterate that I'm not trying to make light of the real-life events by comparing them to bear costumes and animatronics, but I do want to point out that these similarities do exist. And what else is limp and appears to be a lifeless, empty suit in the game? Golden Freddy. Surviving the attack, Bobby was able to go to trial and be a damning piece of evidence in the case against Nathan Dunlap, ultimately leading to his death sentence. Which animatronic surprises you by appearing randomly? The one you don't expect and has no clear pattern? Golden Freddy. It's also worth mentioning that of all the cameras in the restaurant, one is always black, preventing you from seeing what's going on. That camera is located in the kitchen, leading many to assume it's where Golden Freddy hides, which just so happens to be the place Bobby was able to survive the attack. So I ask, odd coincidence or source of inspiration? In fact, if you think about it, the behavior of the animatronics really corresponds with key features of each of the real-life story's victims.
He might have a
Covered
point.
Golden Freddy and Bobby, but the rest have strange parallels too. Bonnie goes into the utility closet filled with floor cleaning supplies, the most prominent ones being a mop and a broom. It's probably one of the most random rooms in the game, until you consider that Ben, the second victim, was vacuuming at the time of the attack. Foxy is kept sequestered in the back of the building, behind a curtain, more aggressive than all the rest, similar to the way Margaret, the manager, was in the back office counting receipts at the time of the murder, and her role as manager would inherently make her more aggressive or assertive. Sylvia was closest to the bathroom and was cleaning up the salad bar at the time of the attack. Chica walks past the bathroom and is associated with food. And Freddy, well, he doesn't have that strong of a parallel with Colleen, but he does appear in the girls' restroom. Odd for what we would assume to be a male animatronic. Maybe it's a reference.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
To be be fair. Neither did Scott Cawthon 9 years ago.
That's
but he
so true.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Scott Cawthon
Colleen
still
being
doesn't
a
fucking
girl,
know.
or a nod to
Scott
Nathan
Cawthon still
Dunlap
fucking
in the
know.
bathroom.
Scott Cawthon doesn't even work for this game anymore and doesn't fucking know.
After doing all the the research, reading every
He's
fan theory
some
in
money off the
existence,
toy
and putting
sales.
all the clues
Really, he
together.
is.
What can this mean for the
He never has to
story
work
of the
another day in his
game?
And
life.
then
I think the
apologize.
game is an allegory for
He
that
makes money off
night
of the
back
toy
in
sales and then
1993.
apologizes
Here's my final
for like
interpretation.
transphobic
You, Mike Schmidt, are the murderer,
modders.
former employee of Freddy's Pizzeria. Like Nathan in the real story, you were fired.
He
for the
doesn't
reasons
know.
stated in
Somebody
today's
stop him
announcement.
before this gets out of control.
Animatronics, being
Somebody tell
unprofessional,
him.
odor. Maybe it was your tampering with the robots that caused the infamous bite of '87. Regardless, like
Somebody
Nathan, you were
fucking
mad
tell
and wanted
him.
to get even. So you lured children to
Do you
the
ever
back
think he
using
used
a
to like look
costume,
back at his old
killed
theory
them,
videos and like
stuffed their
tear his hair
bodies
out?
into the
Sorry, one more time.
Do you ever think he used to look back at his old videos and tear his hair out?
Oh, probably. Probably. I
Oh.
imagine Matt Pat sits in his little recording closet, at least at the time that he was recording these. I imagine he sits there and he like watches his own videos because it's faster than like reading through like the pages and pages and pages and pages of notes he has probably like painstakingly typed over this stupid series. I imagine he's very familiar with everything he's ever said.
animatronic suits, hoping to get the place shut down, then left. Notice that the newspaper clippings never say it's an employee of the company luring the children away, but we know it must have been someone with access and knowledge of the employees-only section of the building. And as the newspaper clippings clearly show,
God, Purple
just
Guy wasn't
like
even
you,
invented
you were
yet.
caught almost immediately.
That's the
Literally didn't
bliss we're
exist.
living in right now.
You were arrested, tried, and convicted.
Literally
Forced
did not
now
exist.
to live on death row. The Freddy's Pizzeria you work in now are just the nightmares that haunt you, taunting you every night with the phrase, "It's me, it's me." It is you. You are the killer. The nightmare is also why everything is so surreal. Posters switching at random, heads on the animatronics glitching, Golden Freddy appearing and disappearing at will, taunting you as the one that got away. It's also why you're only at the pizzeria from midnight to 6 a.m.
just
every
a
night. It's a
boy.
nightmare.
He's
In
just a
your
boy.
It's a place you created, a restaurant long closed as evidenced by the spider webs, and overrun with angry spirits out for revenge on you, and you alone as the one who took their lives, as evidenced by them completely ignoring the naked endoskeleton elsewhere in the building. It's also a place you can't escape from, why you find yourself back there night after night, even after you complete your 5
I have
nights.
a theory
See you back
about
next.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
You have
my
a theory
God,
about
you have a
Five Nights
game
at
theory?
Freddy's?
And I think Foxy is a good guy.
State your reasoning.
I don't know, man. During his jump scare, he doesn't jump at the night guard, you know?
That's not
He's
good
just
enough. Tell me how
checking
many
in.
pixels long his penis is.
16. Exactly 16 pixels. 16 long, 5 wide.
Jesus.
That's fucked up.
Bigger than
Next week, the ending text goes, you're unable to leave this terror, the threat of death, the guilt, because it never ends. And in a delightfully ironic twist,
The sped
your
up
personal
FNAF
hell forces you to
footage
supervise the exact same
is
security
like
footage
fucking
that
with my
led to
eyes.
your capture in the first place. But hey, that's just a theory.
I need everyone to just drink in this still for a minute. Just let it simmer for a second. This is the time period we're going to be primarily operating in for a while, so just get used to it.
Game theory.
the fuck?
Sweet dreams.
Jesus Christ.
You know what October reminds me of?
All right, we're not doing the super amazing Ink tournament. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me see exactly how many we need to watch. Okay. We're watching 14, so we're stopping. We are stopping at FNAF, the final theory.
No. No.
FNAF, the final theory.
I'm not sure.
Sure about that one.
Oh
He
my
didn't
god.
know.
Okay. He didn't know. He didn't know he was just a boy. Alright.
He's just a boy.
He's just a boy. Moving on.
Hello? Oh, hello, and welcome to the new and improved Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a sick audio mixing move. turn it down for me, turn it up for chat, so that way I can hear the two of y'all. Because it sounds like chat can hear y'all just fine, like the audio levels are fine, but I fucking can't. I feel deaf. I
I'm
feel
here to
deaf as
answer
shit.
any questions the game may have left unanswered. The game's developer, he's a pretty tricky guy.
Say that again.
Don't worry, though. We'll get everything cleared up. Oh, and watch out for the puppet.
Oh my god.
Meow, 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 meow.
I'm gonna be so sad when this intro eventually goes away.
Oh my god, me too. Listen, the rock intro, like, it's fine, you know, it's a good callback to what it used to be, but this shit, oh,
Hello,
that's hitting.
Internet. Welcome to Game
Yeah.
Theory, the show that promises not to include any more gratuitous jump scares, unless that's just what I want you to think, so I can lull you into a false sense of security and scare you again. But I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
I'll just
Matt,
let
you
the uncertainty of
jokester.
whether the jump scare is going to happen or not drive you insane for the rest of this episode. Man, I love reverse psychology. You know what else I love? These games! Not because I'm freaked out by the rosy-cheeked, tingle-looking, emotionally dead animatronics. Okay, well, Balloon Kid is pretty messed up, but whatever. No, what I appreciate about these games is the level of thought that went into every element of the story. When you create a game that has people rage
Oh, he doesn't
debating
know.
about whether
Oh,
it's a
he doesn't
sequel
know.
He
or a
doesn't know.
prequel, you've definitely done something right. Unless that was never your intent, in which case you've done something horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, the point is, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 looks to be everything you'd want in a sequel. More cameras, more danger, and more fan. Oh, the fan. But that also comes with more questions. Questions about the game's lore. And while others will provide you with the jump scares, I provide you with what everyone really wants, answers. Well, maybe not everyone. What an elite, educated subset of you really want, answers. So grab yourselves a slice of Freddy
You hear that,
Fazbear's
guys? We're
signature
elite
pizza,
and
'cause
educated.
We're about to dig in.
I love being elite and
Tastes
educated.
like
Me when I'm
coffee.
a little uneducated.
Let's get the big one out of the way first. Is the game a sequel or a prequel sequel? And what I mean by that is, contrary to popular belief, just because it has a big 2 slapped next to the name doesn't automatically mean the game comes after the first one in a timeline sense. It's a sequel.
I think, Pluto, I think your tablet pen is like just a hair too close to your microphone. And it like,
You think so?
it doesn't bother me, but I'm referring to comments on the VOD, like, what's that fucking tapping noise?
Oh, my bad. Hold on, give me. That's crazy because my mic is like halfway across my desk.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let me move
Well,
it.
yes, but it tells a prequel story. Take, for instance, these all-time classics. Psycho 4, The Beginning, Lion King 1.5, and the actual all-time classic, Godfather Part 2. All of them sequels that just so happen to also be prequels. It's not mutually exclusive, so where's Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fit in? Knowing its place in the timeline is crucial for understanding its story. Well, to figure that out, let's focus on the paycheck you receive at the end of your 5th night. The date places the events of the game in 1987, a whole 6 years ahead of when we determined the first game took place in our first video. Sounds like a prequel, but we found that date in the first game by calculating Mike Schmidt's hourly pay and comparing that to the minimum wage of the 90s. If Scott Coffin, the game's developer, is just picking random numbers for the payments, this bit of evidence would be meaningless. Except that he's not. At the end of Five Nights 2, you get paid $100.50. Divide that by the 30 hours worked, and you get $3.35 an hour. The exact minimum wage for 1987, which means that us using minimum wage calculations to identify the year of Five Nights 1 is a perfectly valid way to prove it, and shows that it takes place after the events of Five Nights 2. Still don't believe me? Players brave enough to survive the extra night 6 are rewarded with a bonus check and a newspaper clipping that says the toy robots are getting scrapped, and that the old ones are going into storage for a new, smaller scale version of the restaurant. That would explain why the old models reappear in Five Nights 1 and the toy models don't. And notice how it mentions a smaller version of the restaurant. The building in Five Nights 1 is significantly smaller than the setting of Five Nights 2. Need more evidence? What about the fact that on the first night of office, the food
What's
guy
good,
explains
Hitsu?
that the robots
How's it
used to
going?
walk around during the day just like they do in Five Nights 2,
My
but not
fellas.
anymore. Or the fact
Oh,
that
my
Phone Guy
fellas.
dies in the first game, making it hard for him to also be the phone guy
oh,
in
my
Five Nights at
fellas.
Freddy's 2 if it takes place after. Call me the Phantom Menace, cause every way to Sunday, this game is a prequel. So with that revelation,
See, okay,
we're able to
guys, for those of you in the audience, Have a good. Thank you. Enjoy your lurk. For those of you in the audience who don't quite understand this joke, this is a joke because The Phantom Menace is the prequel. It's the first movie in the prequel trilogy to Star Wars. So like he says it, he says because like it's also a prequel. It's a really funny. I don't blame you if it went over your head. Happy FNAF marathon. Happy's one way to put it.
Piece together the rest of the timeline and dig a little bit deeper. Posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 welcome you to this new location, implying that there was another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza somewhere before this one.
P2, no fucking way you got a head pat emo from the same artist I got mine. We're matching. Oh my god.
So we know that there was one Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for the first game, one for the second game, and one that came before both of them that we've never seen. But even before that, the phone guy also mentions an even older restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner.
He doesn't know. The physical pain. He doesn't know.
Which, aside from its confusingly
You can't be mad at
also
him.
had different owners. So
He's just a boy.
the restaurant from the
He's
first
just a
game,
boy.
which is the last in the timeline. The one that you're currently working at
Oh,
in
God.
1987 in Five Nights 2.
Watching him trying to do this is like...
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria left
I'm gonna
and
start
Wrong,
twitching.
and the original Fredbear's Diner.
Start tweaking
I
out.
hope you're still with me because this is more complicated than the
Hi,
Zelda
kitty cat.
timeline.
Oh, you
Anyway,
don't
it's
even
at
know.
this first location, the diner, where the whole story begins. Submitted for the approval of the Game Theorist Society, this is the true tale of Five Nights at Freddy's. When you die in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, before you've even gotten over the jump scare, you sometimes get a screen like this. Oh, turn it
You're
off!
gonna go to
Turn
hell
it off!
before you
It's too
die.
horrifying. That, youngsters, was E.T. for the Atari, a console that came out.
No, he's
before
stealing my
the
joke.
NES.
I was gonna play. I was gonna explain this as ET for the Atari. He stole my fucking joke. Oh
Same
my
time as
god.
Dinosaurs. It's widely considered to be the worst game of all time, hence me reacting in a horrified manner. See? Humor, folks. But seriously, you get these
Damn it.
disturbing death minigames which, true to the 1980s,
I'm not allowed to share a sense of humor with MatPat.
graphics to depict various horrific events. All the while, a creepy robotic voice spells out letter by letter things like help them, save them, or save him. These death minigames are the most important piece in figuring out the true story behind these games. Let's start with this one. This death minigame has you playing as Freddy, taking cake to screaming children at a birthday party.
I wonder if we can identify the exact point where Scott Cawthon started relying on MatPat to do his job for him. I wonder at what point we're gonna realize that's what's happening.
Drives off. It's my belief, loyal theorists, that
God.
this game takes place at Fredbear's Diner and is chronologically the first event that we see in this timeline.
I don't know why
How
hearing
Well,
him
it's a
call
small
Freddy
establishment,
Fredbear is
and
so
there's only
endearing
one
to me.
animatronic, Freddy, as opposed to all the other games which show other robots. But more importantly, this murdered child is the one that sets
Fredbear.
everything into motion. One of the new
Fredbear.
tasks added to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is winding a mysterious music box that we're told placates one of the animatronics. If you fail to wind the music box, what you're introduced to is this terrifying thing, the puppet. It looks like No-Face from Spirited Away. You know what else he looks like? Take a look at that murdered child again. See how his tear tracks remain visible on his face, even after he's dead? If we assume that they'll continue to stay with him into the
Christ,
afterlife, we
it's
can make a pretty good case that
It's been
this
9
murdered
years. I'm like
spirit
flabbergasted
eventually
by
found
like
its way into
he
the
started
puppet.
correct
But that's not all.
and then
What
Scott
jump
Cawthon
scare happened
decided he
after
was
this
wrong
saved him
and then he had to
after
rework all
seeing
the way
this
back to
tear-stained
being
child
correct again.
murder reenacted in 8-bit, the puppet. The puppet
Stronger
jumps
will
on
than
the
I.
scene and attacks you. Coincidence? I don't think so. That incident marks the first time the chain has ever
He was
associated
too
with the
good.
violent
That's how
act
he got
carried
into
out
this
against the
mess.
child, and we can infer that it was this incident that caused the original
He
owner,
was the
Fredbear's
game
Diner,
theorist.
to sell off to the company
Do you think
now
he ever got a
known
cut
as
of the pay for
Fazbear
the
Entertainment.
storyboarder?
Now, I don't know about
Oh,
you, but if
absolutely
I was
not.
senselessly murdered and left
I feel like Scott Cawthon would flog him with a branch given the
I
chance.
want to get my revenge as soon as possible.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately for our vengeful puppet, though, it doesn't quite turn out that way. Fast forward a few years to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the first location, the one that has yet to appear in a game. This new restaurant is the one we learned about in my earlier episode and throughout the first game, where our pal the murderer uses a golden Freddy suit to lure away and
Hey,
kill
can we get a
child
MatPat gray hair counter somewhere on the screen at some point?
various articles on the wall, he gets caught the next day, but the bodies are never found. Presumably because they've been
I
stuffed
got
into
you,
the
homie.
animatronics. The restaurant stays open for a few months until the dead body stink starts to waft off the robots
The-
and causes the place to
The
get
restaurant
shut
that
down
he uses for
health
Freddy
reasons.
Fazbear's
But how
really
do we
looks like
know
a
this happened in
furniture
the
store,
first pizzeria's
and it
location?
throws
Again, we turn to what
me
the
off
phone
every
guy
time I see it.
says. On night 2 of Five Nights 2, he mentions
It looks like an Ashley's Home Furniture.
This looks like an Ashley's Home Furniture to you. You know what this looks
Yeah,
like to
and
me?
And what about it?
This looks like a
Wait,
Goodwill.
hold on, let me see.
This looks like a photoshopped Goodwill.
It's really given off like a White Castle furniture store. I
A
don't know.
White Castle furniture store. This shit looks like a Fazoli. Oh my god. Literally, this
Fucking
is the
Alaska
first
Midwest.
time.
Sorry, Pato. Show
This is-
Pato
Don't worry
Fazoli's.
about
He
it.
doesn't know.
I'm not
He
showing
doesn't
Pato
know.
Fazoli's. He doesn't need that in his life. This is the first time I've ever really paid attention to this picture. What is going on inside the windows? What building is this? I feel like over there.
Oh my
like,
god! It looks like a Planet Fitness.
I was literally just about to say that looks like a treadmill, like on the far left. Like, is this a fucking
That's the
gym?
old Planet Fitness.
Did they just edit a fucking gym?
You know the fucking face he uses for Freddy.
I need to, because I think they had somebody in house like make all these renders, because it was like part of the channel's art style at the time. I miss this era so much. I miss this era so much. It was so dorky.
restaurant is the one we learned about in my earlier episode and throughout the first game, where our pal the murderer uses a golden Freddy suit to lure away and kill 5 children in the back room. As we read through the various articles on the wall, he gets caught the next day, but the bodies are never found, presumably because they've been stuffed into the animatronic suits. The restaurant stays open for a few months until the dead body stink starts to waft off the robots and causes the place to get shut down for health reasons. But how do we know this happened in the first pizzeria's location? Again, we turn to what the phone guy says. On night 2 of Five Nights 2, he mentions the smell coming from the old animatronics, the smell that got the original restaurant shut down. We also know that after the Golden Freddy incident, it took multiple months for the restaurant to get shut down. That couldn't have happened in the restaurant of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is shut down on night 6 and into the foreseeable future. But outside of these lore clues, it also makes logical sense. Before the Golden Freddy murders, there was one dead child whose tear-stained soul existed in the form of the puppet. But now there are 5 more dead children, and thanks to another of the death minigames, we find out exactly what happened to them. In the Help Them minigame, the puppet stuffs the dead children into the robots, gives their souls new life, and preps them
Fucking
for their
banjo
eternal
cover.
mission of vengeance. But MatPat, you say through your chattering teeth, there are only 4 dead children in that game. To which I tell you, look closer, if you dare.
But MatPat.
Before Golden Freddy's head
But
jumps out and
MatPat?
attacks, features the lost 5th dead child, and what started
How
as
the
a haunted
fuck did you come across this? How did you figure this out? He is literally too good at his job. He is so good at his job that the developer of this game was like, nah. Nah.
No, actually.
I really wish you wouldn't do that. So you want to theorize?
Stop.
I'll give you shit to theorize about. You want to think? I'm gonna make you think.
puppet
You think the
has suddenly
developers
become an
started,
army
like,
of possessed animatronics out
getting
for
annoyed
revenge.
whenever
But
they
wait,
would,
that's
like,
not
get a
all we know.
notification
We
from
also
Mad
know
Pets.
the murder was committed.
I guarantee you, Scott Cawthon had his phone like on his desk while he was working. Every time that shit vibrated, he was in the Mad Pet.
Rewrite that one. Shit, he got it. Damn.
God fucking damn it! I guarantee you, Matt Pat was like 1000% on the way to like getting everything right, like first try.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not a
It's-
hard plot to wrap your head
No.
around.
Not really. And then Scott said, actually,
Actually,
you can make a religion
what
out
if
of
I
this.
changed- What if I changed all of this shit, huh? What are you
I
gonna do about
hate
it?
you.
By the same
You
guy who killed
personally.
the first child. How?
God,
Look
he
at
had the biggest
Foxy
crush
Death
on Matt Pet,
minigame.
that's crazy.
Twice
Oh.
he runs out to meet the kids, but the third time we see the tall purple man again, smiling.
He
Foxy
said,
goes
"Come,
into the
fool,"
room
and Matt
to
Pet
find
jingled miserably
five
across the
dead
floor.
children. The man in purple strikes again. Skip ahead to 1987, finally bringing us to the events of Five Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The old animatronics have been retired, and the cute new versions of all our favorite friends come equipped with facial recognition software that just so happens to be connected to a sex offender database. Seems like an oddly specific detail, right? Until you consider that the last restaurant was closed for having children get kidnapped and killed by an employee. It's a safety measure.
You don't say.
See how it all ties together? So you have some animatronics possessed by vengeful spirits and another batch on the prowl for predators. But that doesn't stop our friend the Purple Man from continuing his life's work of murdering children at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As we learn from the phone guy on nights 4 through 6, the new restaurant is once again under investigation as, well, I'll let him explain.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right.
The Golden Freddy Killer struck again. The final death minigame also supports this. You, as Freddy, must walk through an exact replica of the building, animatronics all in their proper places, seeing the 5 dead children spread out through the various rooms. And based on what Phone Guy says, it seems like the guilty party was the former night guard, the one who moved to day shift and the one your character replaced. I mean, Phone Guy makes plenty of uncomfortable references to suddenly having an available position during the day.
When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. The position just became available. We don't have a replacement.
I'm gonna have a
for your shift
fucking
yet, but
time
we're working on
editing
it.
this
Is the Purple
fucking
Man really someone we've
audio
never met?
levels all
Who's
fucking
only
stream.
worked there a week?
It's gonna be
Or
great.
is it someone we trust? Someone with a long history with these characters? Someone no one would suspect? The head guard. The one forced to fill empty positions and teach new recruits by leaving them instructions over
Oh.
the phone. Is the Purple Man
Oh, sweet
the
summer
phone
child.
guy? Ask yourself
my
this.
baby,
What do
my
we
poor
really
baby.
know about Phone Guy? Let's look at what he says. First, he always speaks like an outsider looking in. He refers to the
Why did Matt Pat just predict the fucking FNAF movie?
management of the company as they.
Oh,
So
my
he's
sweet
not
baby.
a higher up like the CEO or even a manager. But he's also not a typical day worker, as he says things like the employees and the staff. So he works there, but isn't generally considered a regular member of the company. We also know that he's qualified to take the role of a night guard. As we learn, he plans to take over the position sometime after night 6, and is on his way out of the position. by the
What are you
time the
doing
first
over there?
night starts.
For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. I actually worked in
Turn,
that
mommy.
office before.
Yes.
I'm finishing up my
I'm
last
drawing. What do you
report,
mean?
as a matter of fact.
Every few like
Well, we know that
like
Phone
my
Guy's
fucking
the one
audio
who's
is like
the
spiking
company
every
with
couple
it
seconds,
at
like bah,
least
bah,
since the first
bah,
pizzeria that
bah.
we have played. He also openly admits
I
that
beating the
Foxy the
fuck
puppet
Beating
out of
the
my
fuck
screen?
out of
Why
your
is it
tablet,
beating?
dude.
that he has never liked the puppet
is it
because,
so
as he
sensitive?
says, it was
Hold on.
always thinking.
See, I told you you wouldn't have any problems. Did Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
Okay, but what do we know about the Purple Guy, the Golden Freddy Killer? Well, let's look at the minigames again. He has a long history with the franchise, killing since it was Fredbear Diner. We see him smiling as he watches Foxy perform, Phone Guy's favorite, right before Foxy sees the room of dead children. We know that the puppet and the killer wouldn't get along, which would explain Phone Guy's discomfort around a creature that he describes as always thinking. And here's the bombshell. We know the killer is a security guard. How? On very rare occasions during the Save Them minigame, while Freddy chases the puppet, the Purple Man appears and chases you. Look on his chest. It's an orange badge, the kind that would be given to a security guard. Now look at his eyes. Notice the white spots? An odd, seemingly innocuous detail. But now look at Golden Freddy. Look
Oh, sweet summer child.
vacant.
You are going to get very used to odd, seemingly innocuous details.
Pinpricks, really. Barely visible. They're there. And now finally, what do we see in Purple Guy's hand? Well, the Atari graphics make it tough to discern. It's not like any gun or knife I've seen. No, that to me is very clearly a phone. The robotic voice is spelling out for you.
People
Save
dunked
them,
on this one
save
for
them.
years.
But when Purple Guy, phone guy
They
catches
didn't
you.
know.
The screen crashes, and all you're left with is you can't. But that's not where it ends, Internet. As you and I both know, there's still Five Nights at Freddy's 1. If this game is last in line, and the puppet is truly pulling the strings behind all
Get it?
this,
Because, like,
you might be
puppet.
asking yourself where he is in Five Nights 1. We know the other animatronics got scrapped, but this ghostly guy should still be around if this timeline I proposed is correct. And get this, the puppet is in the first game. Take a look at the east hallway. Seems pretty normal, right? But every so often, the posters on the walls change to this: a crying child with two streaming lines down his face. Look familiar? It should. The Five Nights at Freddy's series is about vengeance. One child, 6
He really
children,
ate with that.
more,
It should.
looking for revenge.
He really did.
Child killer.
Sassy
Purple
ass
Guy,
man.
The guy who just so happens to be the first voice.
He served a natural amount of cunt when he was treating this like a horror series and not like the bane of his existence.
You can't.
Nice.
But hey, that's just
Poor
a
man.
theory.
I just wanted to go
A
home.
game theory. Thanks for watching.
Scott, please.
Make
I
sure
would
you
leave
wind
the
that
recording
music
closet.
box by
Please.
clicking the subscribe button.
No.
Don't let me out. Scott, don't leave me here. Scott.
Scott! Hold on. Wait a minute. You better not be cunty crouching MatPat when I get home. Oh my god, I'm gonna go insane. Oh my god. Fuck. Why does he look like that?
And we've barely been watching for an hour. And
Oh my god.
You are already going insane.
I'm like fucking insane. Oh my god. I can't handle this shit. He looks like he's on the cover of a fucking boy band. Look at him. Oh my god. He looks like he's a feature on the
Teen
Twilight
Girls put
soundtrack.
him up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. No replacement of MatPats could ever be this. They could never. They simply could never. They simply could never.
It's time.
And he moved tectonic plates on that day. And all the buffets in the world were empty. And the people were starving. Why? Because he ate. Work. Oh my god.
Hello, Internet. Welcome
Hello,
to
Mad
Game
Pat.
Theory, where good things, or at least FNAF things, come to those who wait. And man, when it comes
He's
to this
already
game
studying
series,
this
no
Bible.
one was waiting for anything. I mean, the second game came out 3 months after the first, the trailer for the third was 2 months later, and like 4 minutes after that, the game was available to download. So forgive me if I was caught with my pants down on that one. I just wasn't prepared for it. But even more impressive than that abbreviated timeline was your ability to rip that final game apart hours after the release.
Ripping that final game apart.
That final
Who-
game.
Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna do it? Because it can't be me. It's too late.
Of the game, people were discussing
I gotta
good
take my girl boss
versus
pill.
bad endings, 8-bit Atari cake, glitching through walls, and punching a flipping code into cement bricks arranged like a telephone dial pad. In regards to that last one, I have 2 things to say. First off, well done to you guys for figuring it out so quickly, and secondly, Scott, seriously.
There it is.
Oh look,
The first
here's a
name
wall.
basis.
Let me just dial in my phone number. Beep boop boop beep boop boop. What? When did we jump from a point-and-click horror game to magical fantasy? This thing is like platform 9 3/4. I expect Harry effing Potter to apparate into Pirate's Cove or something. Jeez, here I was thinking that you'd plug your numbers into, the one other place that you see numbers in this game, the bonus jump scare menu, or something, anything. But nope, dialing it into a wall makes so much more sense. Okay, Sorry, just needed to get that one off my chest. Moving on. Now, with 15 days at Freddy's under our belts and a few overtime hours clocked in for good measure, we have ourselves a completed video game trilogy, with the third game giving us more jump scares, more phone guy, and more...
About that.
Yeah.
But this
I don't
game
know about that
also
one,
gives us
Chief.
the final clues we
About
need
that.
to get some closure on this game's deviously vague story. Scotty C certainly didn't make things any easier for us.
Scotty C.
Scotty C.
Jesus Christ.
Crazy. Scattered across the 3 games to assemble
Crazy.
a fairly accurate picture.
I considered, I vaguely considered doing a FNAF theory tier list. I simply think it's too much information for me to remember all of it and accurately put on a tier list. So I'm not doing it. However, we are 2 minutes and 53 seconds into this episode. This would be S tier. He's eating the shit up right now.
Of this franchise's lore.
He just gets
Since you guys
sassier and
had a,
sassier as it
let's
goes
just
on.
say,
He really
above
does.
average interest in this theory, I wanted to create something that answered as many questions as possible about this franchise.
He understands.
But beyond just the details, the
It's a
question
FNAF
we
eat
won't
FNAF
have an
world.
answer to is what exactly happened
FNAF
in the
eat
story
FNAF.
throughout
I'll kill
this
you.
series. It's a pretty fundamental question to not have an answer to, and yet, despite thousands of videos, forum entries, and Tumblr posts, whoa, hey, put that away.
Jesus Christ,
man.
man.
Scary enough without you sticking your hook somewhere it doesn't belong, okay? Despite all those things, we still don't have a clear picture on the details. Yes, there's a child killer on the loose, the infamous purple guy, who's been using Fazbear pizzerias as his hunting ground of choice for years, but going into the third game, we still weren't sure about who this guy was or even how many victims he'd officially taken. Then there are the animatronics. Sure, we generally understand that the killer's dead bodies have been stuffed into some of the suits, and that with the help of the puppet, the kids were able to find new life in those robotic bodies. But then, what about Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, who randomly appeared in FNAF 2 only to become prominent figures throughout Part 3? How do they fit in? What about the ghostly Golden Freddy?
The
Someone
way
we've
that
been
he says,
talking
"What about?"
since the
like, it
first
really
game,
itches my
and yet
brain.
we
What
still
about?
don't really know anything about
What
it.
about?
Well, now that we
What about?
finally have all the
What
facts,
about?
I think it's time we revisit my timeline.
Now
I
that we
presented in the
finally
last
have
episode
all
to
the
see what I got
facts.
right, what I got wrong.
Oh.
Yes, you heard that. Wrong. No shame. I'm a big boy. Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. And finally,
fuck was that?
details to create what I
What?
believe to be
How
my
did he say
definitive Five
How
Nights
did he
Okay.
do
theory.
that?
And boy,
Yeah, sure, why not?
howdy,
And
it is
sent
a
it off to his
doozy.
editors.
So
That's
strap
crazy.
in, theorists. You wanted it. You're about to get it. Overall, the timeline of the
Are you trying to
franchise I
fuck me,
presented in the
Matthew?
last
What
video
is going on here?
Decades before the name became a horror legend meriting its own theme park style attraction, Freddy Fazbear got his start at Fredbear Family Diner. It's here where our story begins as Purple Guy takes his first victim.
I feel like I need to be on drugs to be consuming this because I'm already stressed out.
No, actually, my back hurts.
Well, as
My
I said
back
last time,
hurts.
in addition to it being a small space, the only character we see is Freddy, whereas all other mini-games feature multiple animatronics. He's also holding a cupcake. Since that would later become Chica's signature item, the event depicted in this game must have come before she was created. Additionally, notice that the purple guy's murder takes place outside the building. This is the only time we see him murder someone outside the walls of a Fazbear building, which implies that this is likely his first victim. Serial killers often have what's known as a signature, a way of killing
Oh my
that's
God.
unique to him and him alone. For Purple Guy, his signature is
cooking.
dressing in an animatronic costume, then
Pluto, oh my god, it's like that thing that you said earlier. I almost dropped your government name on stream. That was crazy. I need to reel that shit in. Jesus.
It's the first. From there, we know that the puppet jump scare that always follows this minigame, combined with the tier design on both the dead child and the puppet's mask, implies that the soul of the first child now exists in the puppet. The event caused the original owners to sell the Fredbear name.
Oh my god,
then
he
rebranded and avoided
thinks he's
negative
fucking
PR,
on it. Like, you can
becoming what we
hear
know
it in his
today as
voice.
Fazbear Entertainment.
And the fucked up
They
thing
then
is he
opened a new
was.
chain of
He
restaurants
was on
was.
we never saw in the games until the
This is
release
like
of
sad.
Five
Like, this is
Nights at
like
Freddy's.
sad.
Scott
It
didn't
is
like it.
not Fredbear Diner like many interpret, but
This is
rather
just
the
a love
first
story between him
location
and
of
Scott,
Freddy
chasing after
Fazbear's
each other.
Pizza, predating the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. How do we know? Well, by paying close attention to the old recordings of Phone Guy dug up in FNAF 3, he introduces us to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, not Diner, before explaining the functionality of the special spring lock suits.
Welcome to your
Springlock mentioned.
performer/entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Right now we have two specially designed
designed suits that double as both animatronic and suit.
He also lets us know that the animatronics are still allowed to walk around freely during the day, meaning that this is happening before the bite of 87, in which an animatronic bites someone during business hours, removing their frontal lobe and resulting in the animatronics being restricted to moving around only.
No, talk your shit.
For ease of operation, the animatronics
quickly
are
lost
set to
control of
turn and
myself.
walk according to
As phone
I don't know what came over me.
And as we see in the stage 01 minigame, there are two specialty suits, a Golden Bonnie suit and the origins of the infamous Golden Freddy. But the lifespan of these Springlock suits is actually short-lived as we learn about their one fatal flaw.
After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures, the company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. The classic suits are being retired to an appropriate location.
Now,
I need to.
pause here. Two
I need to reel it back because I just.
Bonnie suit and a Freddy suit. Where else in the game do we see Bonnie and
The
Freddy?
particular flavor of commentary I was about to drop, the world was not ready for.
Shadow Freddy and Shadow
Oh,
Bonnie.
yeah?
Could this be the origin of the paranormal Shadow
wanted Pippi to
suits?
say shit that's
Yes,
unhinged.
actually, Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are tied to the.
Look, I got a character to play here. Okay, I'm on the clock.
Get this. The
I know.
employees'
I
bodies
know.
were taken
I know
out
you
of
are.
the suits, which is why their appearance is more paranormal and why they can't possess them as well as the children can. Plus, having this as their origin would explain the in-game behavior of both suits. In FNAF 3, we see that purple guy hides in a secret safe room that has been built into every pizzeria. A room that's hidden to customers and invisible to the animatronics programming. During the minigames that occur between nights, we see Shadow Freddy lead the other animatronics to this secret room, only to cause them to glitch out and then get torn apart by Purple Guy. This supernatural origin story is how Shadow Freddy is able to enter the safe room when other animatronics can't.
It
How
worked.
he's able to
God
lead you to
damn
that
it.
room in the first place when other animatronics wouldn't be able to.
Keep that on him. Keep that on him, Pato.
And even why he leads you there.
I'm gonna
knowing
need that.
Purple Guy attacking you will eventually free your soul. That's also why there's no purple Freddy suit when you do finally enter that room. It's not an alternate Purple Guy costume like many believe, it's an apparition. Suck on that, Harry Potter. I knew someone would apparate eventually. It also explains
I
why Shadow
got
Bonnie's
you,
minigame in
homie.
FNAF 3 always
Thank you,
starts on
homie.
stage 01, the
Homie.
spring suits, and why it's the one animatronic we control that has the ghostly ability to glitch, fly, and teleport. As we concluded last episode, this is also the point in the timeline of the first missing children's incident, the one we learn about via newspaper clippings in Five Nights 1. So, based on the newspaper clipping evidence we have, we know that the mauve murderer dressed in one of the suits lured children to a back room and killed them. He's starting to develop his signature.
He's
but one
cooking.
nagging detail
He's
FNAF
going. The
theorists
music
keep
got louder. He's
remembering is
going.
what suit does he use for his disguise? The answer? Golden Bonnie. Why? Well, remember the phone guy saying the faulty suits were being
We can just end the
retired
video. Like, he
appropriately.
knows. Like, we're just
There's
ending the
a high
video.
likelihood they're being stored in one of the safe rooms in the restaurants. Plus, we hear in FNAF 2 that the purple guy has a habit of using a yellow suit.
We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
But why not Golden Freddy? Phone guy tells us so at the beginning of Night 5 in FNAF 3.
Management has also been made aware.
Can I just say that the voice acting for Phone Guy was actually really good. He genuinely
That's-
sounded
Why
like
would
he
an
was on the
oddly
verge of losing
specific
his shit.
detail to include Scott Cawthon?
Yeah, no, that's Scott Cawthon.
And remember, these tapes that play in FNAF 3 date all the way back to the first pizzeria location, which is why this detail is so important. It reflects
Why is it so
Purple Guy
fucking
starting
bright?
to develop his signature killing pattern. From there, we know the rest of the story. Purple Guy kills the kids, stuffs the bodies in the
Suddenly,
suits
the,
to
like,
hide them.
God,
but as we
these
reveal,
videos get like
there is
really
one
loud and then
camera
really quiet and then really loud.
Meanwhile, the puppet gives life to the children and the angry spirits possess the robots. Or is that really how it goes? Let's go back to the Give Gifts, Give Life minigame. The children are lying there dead, and the puppet first tries to give them presents. Weird,
I'll give
right?
you the gift of
Weird
life.
until you consider that his place is at the prize corner. Giving presents is the
What?
only thing he knows that can make
What do you mean
Don't
by
worry
that,
about
Pippi?
It's a
No,
real
don't
you-
worry about
could
it.
you
Remember,
elaborate
this
on
is
that?
still a
No.
child spirit in this puppet. But when
You
that
sure?
doesn't work, the puppet goes around one more time and does the only other thing it can
Pippi,
do.
Matt Pat,
Put the bodies
fan art is
into
on the way.
Suits. You heard that right. In trying to save the children, he's the one hiding them in the animatronic suits. Not the killer like we've been assuming. But then what about the fifth child, as there's only 4 here? Well, as we pointed out last time, the fifth child is there too, appearing at the very end of the minigame and taking the role of Golden Freddy. But remember,
There's like A tiny
Golden
Freddy
Freddy.
Fazbear's pizza slice piece of my brain that fully understands that this video came out almost 10 years ago. This information physically was not available to him yet, but there is a piece of me that wants to be like, she, the puppet's a fucking girl. It's a girl. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong.
Remember, Golden Freddy is a
She-
decommissioned spring-lock suit at this point, deemed too unsafe to be functional. The reason he's slumped over and can't move like the rest
damn
is
it,
that his
Pat.
endoskeleton has been taken out. He's in suit mode, not free-roaming mode. He physically doesn't have the
Me when
mechanisms in
I'm in
place to
suit
stand
mode.
up and move.
I'm in
But
suit mode.
or no, a dead child's spirit just can't give a
Standing on
boneless suit
business.
the ability to stand. This also explains the lone naked endoskeleton.
A boneless suit? Why the fuck did he say that?
and Five Nights 1.
You
An
prefer your
endoskeleton
suits
that
Why did he
bone
say
in or
Golden
boneless?
Freddy. Whew. I know I made you wait for this one, so I knew I had to make it count. Heck, if there ain't a lot to cover.
Don't you
Still,
sigh yet,
it's
sir.
Good,
It's
'cause
free.
we're
I
ready
want it
for our
out the
next
bread.
location. You see, since the puppet hid the
Take the
bodies,
gluten
no
out
one
the
knows
bread.
they're in the suits
Take
until they
the
start
motherfucking
oozing and
gluten
smelling,
out
which,
the bread.
as we see in the papers,
Out the
eventually
mo-
gets the place
out
shut
the
down
motherfucking
for
bread.
health violations. The
I'm
company
the
tries to
motherfucking
recover from,
manager.
quote, the tragedy that took place there many years ago, but can't, and eventually is forced to shut its
Okay, wait.
doors for good.
It's the year of our Lord, what, 2024? MatPat will be 38 this year. This, oh my god. This video came out 8 years ago. He was doing this shit at the ripe young age of 30. Do you think back then he would have guessed? That when he was
Absolutely not.
oh my
No.
god. Do you think at the point that he would start to push 40, he would still be on this? Scott would still be on his dick. Do you think he would have known?
Nah.
Good. This leads to
No.
the trailer for
Do you think he would have
Five Nights
believed
at
us if we
Freddy's
told him?
Finally, we're actually going to talk
No,
about a game in
hopefully
the
No,
not.
he would
series.
not.
Seriously, can you believe
He
we've
still
been going
thinks
this
the
whole time on
FNAF 3
locations
is
that
the
aren't
final
even
one.
settings for the three main
It's the final game.
That
Like,
is why
openly
this
sobbing.
lore is so challenging, but also so interesting. Anyway, forgotten, dismantled, deactivated. These are the words you see at the beginning of the trailer. Back when the debate about whether this game was a sequel or a prequel to the first game, these words made it seem like a follow-up, that everything had been shut down since the first game, but it wasn't. These words are a reference to the business being closed down after that first missing children's incident.
Damn.
That's why posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 are all about the brand new Fazbear Pizza. It's the grand reopening after years of being out of business. That's also why the new toy animatronics have built-in facial recognition software to a criminal database. They need to be careful to prevent another incident. But, as we know, it doesn't work. As we see in the Save Them minigame, 5 more children get killed in this new location. We know it's the new
Skill
location
issue.
because the minigame map's layout perfectly matches
Children
the
are
new
dead,
Fazbear
dude.
business. We also know it couldn't have happened
Okay,
earlier
well,
in the
they should have really
timeline,
listened the
as
first
both
time. The
old
fuck are you
animatronics
talking?
and
Like,
new
what are you
toy
doing there?
robots are presented in the game. But this time, the puppet's solution isn't saving the kids, it's stopping the killer. He enlists the help of Freddy to try and SAVETHEM, leading the bear to the killer's location. Except Purple Guy came prepared, equipped with not a phone, but rather something to help him tamper with the animatronics. He knows
So
that
many
Big ass
people-
hand.
So many people gave him shit about the phone argument that he was like, I don't fucking know what it is. It's not a phone fight. You guys win.
Something fishy is going on with these robots, because he's
Fuck
been
it.
watching,
Don't care anymore.
studying.
Fuck it, you're right, fine, whatever. You figure out what it is.
Killer's answer is only this: you can't. So how did the purple guy manage it?
Oh my
when
god,
he'd
I
been
remember when
caught
that
years
conspiracy
before?
theory was going
What
around.
about
Like,
the
no,
bite
no,
of
no, it's just a
87?
fucked up
How did
Lego
FNAF
hand.
1 and 3 fit in? And most importantly of all, who is the purple guy? All that next week. Don't worry. I'll
And then the
come
week
back,
after
as I
that,
always
and the
do.
week after that,
And then the week after
Meantime,
that.
and the week
And then
after
the month
that,
after that.
just a theory.
and the
A
next
years.
day, and the next
game
Then
day,
theory.
eight
and the
years
next day.
later.
Oh my god,
Make
don't
sure
say
you don't
8
miss
years.
part
I'm
2.
actually gonna go into like a coma. Oh my god.
Just a fact. You gotta accept it.
What the fuck was I doing when this video dropped? Hold on, I'm not about to like drop my age on stream. Hold on, 8 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Bro, you and I were meeting.
You and I were
damn near.
meeting, girly pop. Oh my god.
Like, damn near. Yeah.
Damn near.
Hey, fun fact: our friendship is as old as the Freddy Fazbear franchise.
Is
Oh
that
my
true?
God.
Oh my god.
Yes, babe. Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, because Five Nights at Freddy's came out like when we were in 8th grade.
No shit.
Yeah, like right around 7th or 8th grade.
Huh.
Whoa.
To me, it just
Oh
feels
yeah,
like a
girl.
fucking universal constant. It's always been here.
Always been there.
You cannot escape the Freddy or Matt
Yes.
Pat.
Or Matt Pat for
Not
that matter.
real. For real.
Christ. Okay.
By clicking subscribe.
I need to
Honestly,
stop
sounds like
pausing
a
the
win-win.
video because, like, that just adds
Whatever,
precious
whatever.
time to how long we have to fucking sit here. Well, you guys can leave at any point. I have to sit here.
Nah,
Not
we
true.
can
I'm
do
not
it.
allowed to leave you. I might fall asleep on you, but I'm not gonna leave you.
If you fall asleep, I swear to God, I'll decapitate you.
And what if I want that, huh, Pippi?
Man, what a lovely
I
friendship.
can't do this alone, man. We've been
Welcome
married
to
for years.
Game Theory. We may not have made FNAF, but I like to think we've at least made it
Damn, bro.
a bit more interesting.
Give yourself
So
more
in
credit than
part
that,
one of
Matt.
this
Come on.
long-awaited all questions answered FNAF theory, we covered everything from the origins of the shadow animatronics to the reason for Golden Freddy's ghostly behavior to proof of what suit the killer uses. We
I'm drawing
clarified
this
the
chair right
timeline
now,
and
and
even
it deadass
went
looks so
far as to
fucking comfy.
dispel the
I'm mad
myth
I
that
don't
the
have it.
killer's
I
the
want
one
it.
shoving the bodies into
I
the
want
I
it.
safe.
need
Click
it.
here if you missed it to
I
get
want it
caught
so
up.
bad!
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Okay.
This is a pausable video after all. But today we're covering the major questions from the franchise, the final bits of the timeline, the ending of the game, and most importantly of all, the identity of the purple guy.
I don't know
So
whether to
enough
laugh or
intro, let's
cry.
cut to the chase. When we left things off, there had been another round of murder done in
Oh
Fazbear
my.
Pizza. Purple Guy had once again used a Golden Bonnie suit to lure in another set of 5 kids and kill them, as depicted in the Save Them minigame from FNAF 2. The place gets closed for investigation a few days later, but the one thing that practically everyone overlooks in this location is that it gets reopened. In FNAF 2, the Night 1 phone call welcomes you to your new summer job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Summer job. And yet, the paycheck at the end of the week reads November. There is not a single place in the world where November is a summer month. Not one. Meaning that these tapes, all these tapes, are pre-recorded. And honestly, that shouldn't be a surprise. Phone Guy's calls are recordings in every game. In FNAF 1, before Phone Guy dies, he says he's glad he recorded these messages when he did.
I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you.
And then in FNAF 3, they find the old training tapes the Phone Guy made.
First of all, we found some vintage audio
Hi.
training cassettes. Dude, these are
Hello?
like prehistoric. I think they were like training tapes.
In short, all of Phone Guy's messages are unstuck in time, not recorded anytime near your tenure as security guard. That includes the ones in FNAF 2 talking about children going missing. The pizzeria isn't being shut down for an investigation of some missing children the week you happen to be working there. You're listening to old tapes meant for the night security guard from months ago. Need more proof? Night 6's call references a birthday party happening as the last event before the building closes. But what decorations do we see put up throughout the building for the entirety of the week you're working there? Happy birthday banners. Confusing? You betcha. Game-changing? Absolutely. This means that both Jeremy and Fritz, the characters you play as throughout FNAF 2,
I don't even have the brain capacity to like do the funny thing where I explain the joke because that's like 6 layers that I have to go through right there.
Which brings us to the other key point of the timeline.
The 7 layers of the joke.
87. Ever since we heard about
The
this
fucking bean
mysterious
dip of a joke.
nibble on that first fateful night at Freddy's, we've wanted to know more about this bizarre attack, the one that ends up resulting in animatronics no longer being allowed to walk around during the day. But now, 3 games in, we do know more. We know it took place in the location of FNAF 2 based on the 1987 Jeremy's
And do we know that, Matt Pat?
Furthermore, the news
Did we know that?
ends
Look me in the eyes and ask me that again.
that it's It's the bite which closes this
Trust me.
version of the restaurant, not some serial killing. Quote, after being open a few short weeks, the restaurant is closing its doors, the article says, with the new animatronics being scrapped for possible malfunction. That's game designer Scott Cawthon telling us that one of the new toy animatronics bit someone during the day. Why else would the new robots be scrapped while the old
Was that
ones
the
get
bite of
kept for
87?
possible reorganization? Well, outside of an obvious need to retcon why
was
these
fucking
new
waiting
robots
for
didn't
it.
appear
Oh my
in Five
god.
Nights 1.
This is like
Because
4
we
hours of
consider them
MatPat
safe.
occasionally interrupted by was that the bite of 87?
Who's the biter? Well, it's none
Honestly,
other than the pile of
I'm here
scraps
for
and
it.
parts, Mangle. The most obvious
That's a
clue
great
is the
time.
animatronic's unhinged jaw. The frontal lobe is the biggest part of the human brain, and the size and shape of the other toy robot's mouth.
My frontal lobe has so many MatPat videos in it.
Of the human head, especially
It'd be a shame if someone took a bite out of it.
narrow snout and wide open mouth. There's also
Specifically
Mangle's
at the
sharper
year
teeth
of
and potential angle
1987.
of attack. As shown by its
Specifically
jump
in the
scare,
year of
Mangle goes
1987.
for the top of the
Exactly.
head. And who got bit? Well,
Happy Where were
there's
you in
enough evidence to
1987?
say definitively who your most likely Jeremy Fitzgerald. Jeremy passes the test, and on his
Tell us,
paycheck at the end of the week,
what
he's
were you
welcomed
doing
into the family, presumably
at 12 of
getting
November,
liquidation.
1987?
Fritz gets hired to replace him on day 7.
Don't fucking
but
worry
then
about it, man.
promptly gets fired for tampering with the
Yeah, please,
animatronics.
tell me
you,
about
And
it.
that means he's not likely the one to get bit. Instead, the person who follows him on day shift is, leaving Jeremy as the most likely frontal lobeless candidate. But regardless of whether it's Jeremy
You didn't have
or
to-
a customer
Lobeless.
we've never met,
Why do you
someone
roast
gets
him
bit,
like
the
that?
restaurant
What the
closes
fuck did
for
he
good,
do?
and as the newspaper clippings show, the
Leaving
old
Jeremy
animatronics
as
go
the
into storage
stupid
awaiting
bite
a smaller
victim
location
baby.
with a lower budget. Fast
No, for
forward to
real.
the
Roast
Look
him
at
for no
you.
reason.
You got
we
bit,
know in the
Jeremy.
90s, based on the hourly rate of the paycheck received by Mike
I bet you
Fick,
feel
there
so
was
stupid
garbage
right
burn
now.
there
So
from the first
stupid
week.
and
Bitch,
brainless and
Proof
fleshless
is
in
our
the skull.
first Five Nights video.
Have
And
you seen
now
that
we can
one
breathe a
TikTok
sigh of
where it's
relief,
like
because this was the
that
beautiful
To Catch a
time
Predator
long,
guy, except he's
long
really
ago,
hungry for the
last
pizza?
August, the game has turned so complicated.
What?
The biggest mystery is
Huh?
our game
Seen that
crashing.
video? Wait, if
What?
you haven't, I should go find it for you. Wait, hold on.
Oh my, what? You mean Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen, but he's really hungry.
What? Wait, is that something I can show on stream?
Oh yeah. There's nothing weird about it. Okay,
Oh
hold on.
my god.
I'm gonna send you the link real quick. I'd really like a slice of that pizza. Hold on.
What?
Okay. I put it in the general channel in the
Alright.
Discord.
What happens next is one of the most harrowing things we've captured. on
Wait,
camera.
god damn it.
Oh
Hold on.
Jesus
Hello?
Christ!
What the
How about
clap
I
me
take
with
a
this.
slice?
Come on, man. The video.
Continue with this, bro. Come on.
It's
Dateline
best ass for
NBC.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, alright. I never thought I'd find myself on my desktop watching TikTok on full screen, but here we go. Here we go.
Next is one of the most harrowing things we've captured on camera so far.
Hello? I brought pizza.
How about I take a slice? Why don't you have a seat for me?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Oh no.
I could use a slice of that pizza.
Oh, I knew it.
It looks like you weren't expecting such a hungry guy. It looks like you were expecting a 13-year-old boy.
Oh man, I should have stayed home, man.
Let me get a slice of that pizza.
Look, I've never done this before, okay? I know I should have stayed home, man. Oh.
Is that sausage or pepperoni? My hungry ass will eat just about anything.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I'm sick. Like, I'm sick. And I just lost my job. Like,
Hungry pizza for me. Give me slice.
I wasn't even gonna do anything.
Oh
Like,
my
I don't know what I was doing.
I tell you what, I'd let this whole thing go for a slice of that pizza.
Like, what happens now? Like, am I gonna go to jail? Like, what do I do?
Well, Michael, what exactly did you think was going to happen here tonight? I'm not hungry. I don't take a slice.
Ah.
I
never got that slice. The police arrived moments later and the would-be predator was killed.
That's funny as fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're on 4 out of 14, y'all. We can't waste this kind of time.
No.
No need to shoehorn in extra overcomplicated storylines. That all would come later.
Oh,
when the
Matt.
first game became a smash hit and got itself some sequels. And boy, did
He's
those
just a
sequels
boy.
make things complicated.
He's just a
Both featured
boy.
8-bit minigames revealing more details about this location from the original game. First things first, we
I might cut down the amount we watch, like tonight and tomorrow. Wait, what's today? Tonight? Yeah, tonight and tomorrow. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll have more time. We can watch more, but holy fuck. 4 out of 14, and I'm like, oof.
This is pain. This is suffering.
See how he performs for the children by running to the right? That matches the map layout of the FNAF 1 pizzeria. We also know from the FNAF 3 minigames that this is where the purple guy dies inside a golden spring-lock Bonnie suit.
I sure could use a slice of that pizza.
So that it would never show on camera, conveniently explaining
Now you're gonna fucking be thinking about it. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking thinking about it.
Weren't those safe rooms sealed up a long time ago? I mean, we touched on this last episode, but the old recording.
Every now and then his inflection will remind me of like that Chris Hansen inflection. It's a little silly.
And will never be mentioned again. Why would a location 20 years later possess a safe room unless it was the same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location? That's why it's in such disrepair when you look at the FNAF games, boarded up with rats on the floor. It's been closed
I'm gonna get some pizza. I'll be right back.
Hell no, he's getting pizza on the FNAF stream.
I sure could use a slice of that pizza.
I sure could use a slice of that pizza.
The killer would have made his way through like a short bus full of pizza-hungry children. No, those kids are the first 5 dead kids. The ones who would eventually possess Old Bonnie, Chica, Freddy Foxy, and Golden Freddy. I mean, look,
Why do you say no like that? Like you like using a fucking.
What are you, fucking stupid?
Running past him to perform
You
for some
dumb?
dead
I
kid.
laid it out for you, Scott. Jesus.
FNAF 2 where the puppet's looking into Freddy's eyes. You can tell by the tables in the background and the design of both Bonnie and Chica that this is the FNAF 1 location with the old animatronics on stage. But it's not a flash forward to the game's next location, but rather a flash back to the moment the puppet brought these characters.
My neurons are melting together.
Life. Okay, but that's just tying together some loose ends in the story.
Why do you say it like
We're
that?
interested in how this whole thing ends, and those FNAF 3 minigames give us the conclusion.
Look, I'm sorry, he's a little bit cunty.
Minigames show Purple Guy
He's a little bit
dismantling the
cunty.
animatronics from the security of the safe room one by one. But in doing so, he's unwittingly releasing the spirits of his former victims. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy. When their powers combine, they are able to scare Purple Guy into the Golden Bonnie spring-lock suit, which fails, crushes him pretty much to the point of death, though notice we never actually see him die, and the spirits fade away. Golden Bonnie, with Purple Guy inside, now known as Springtrap, rots away in the safe room for years until he's finally uncovered by the founders of Fazbear's Fright from the 3rd game. With the discovery of Springtrap, this haunted house attraction inspired by the years of mystery and murder of the pizzeria chain, finally has their first real animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end. Take a bow. It's finally over. Well, kinda. We're still
God damn
left
it.
with one final, seemingly
Foreshadowing.
impossible
67 episodes.
Who
Pluto.
is the Purple Guy?
Yeah.
After spending, I kid you not, full days
67.
plotting out all the details of this game franchise on whiteboards, talking it over with anyone who would stand to listen to me ramble on about fictional haunted robots, and just looking at it from every possible angle, all logic points to
Who
it
is it?
being
Sorry to cliffhanger here, but due to a copyright strike currently on the channel, I can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes, and this one is 18 plus, and I didn't want to make you guys wait any longer for this episode. Thanks for understanding, and click here because the videos are now for you to watch. Incredible. Incredible. They got him. They fucking got him.
Thank you for your support, Pato. Very cool.
animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end. Take a bow. It's finally over. Well,
Aw,
kinda.
that's
We're still
cute,
left with
Pluto.
one final,
Thank you.
seemingly impossible
I want to take a
question
nap, but
to
it's so
answer.
bad.
Who
Don't
is
bitch
the
me too.
purple guy?
It's
After
giving
the
thinking chair
ending,
from Blue's
I
Clues.
kid you not, full days plotting
Yeah.
out all the details of this game franchise on whiteboards, talking it over with
I
anyone
have
who would
everything
stand
in
to
that
listen
picture
to me
except
ramble
for
on and
the
on
chair
about
itself.
fictional haunted robots, and just looking at it from every possible angle, all logic
Alright,
points
are
to
you
it
ready?
being
Am I ready?
the phone guy. And no, not because I made a theory about it and refused to let it die. Honestly, I couldn't care less if that last video was wrong.
Oh, yeah?
At this point, I just care about the truth, and phone guy makes the most logical sense.
He
I
doesn't
know
know.
your
He's
complaints,
just a
and I
boy.
He doesn't
promise
know.
you, if you stick
He's
with
just a
me,
boy.
He's
He
just a
doesn't
boy.
know.
First, there's the circumstantial evidence I presented during my FNAF 2 theory. Phone guy's admitted love of Foxy being reflected by the smiling purple
Yeah, what
guy.
about your admitted love affair with
Foxy,
Scott
go,
Cobb?
go, go, me. His distrust
What's
of
your
the company,
theory
a
about
creature
that,
haunted by
Matthew
his first
Patrick?
victim that we see time and time again
Patrick
trying to bring a
Crane.
stop to his killing spree. His admitted role as a security guard, and even the weird phone-like object in his hand from the Save Them minigame. But there's even more evidence when we consider Five Nights 3. Consider this. He's the only person in the game who knows about the safe rooms. As we've mentioned before, all the safe rooms were sealed up back in the Springlock suit days, back in the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, meaning every other employee coming afterward would have never even heard of these things. Phone Guy is the only character we meet who would have any knowledge of these rooms, and more importantly, of how they operate, how they're invisible to the cameras, and more importantly, to the animatronics. And that's just the beginning. He's also the only person who knows how to use the Springlock suits. Again, once they were decommissioned, the suits were hidden away. Regardless of whether you believe that the killer used a golden Bonnie suit the whole time, or you think he used a golden Freddy suit, either way, we know for a fact the killer was using one of the yellow spring-locked suits, and Phone Guy is the only character we know who had knowledge of A, where they were hidden, and B, how they were operated safely. Now, I know a lot of people have said that it couldn't have been Phone Guy because he knew better.
You're beating the iPad
They
again.
were dangerous and could kill
Sorry,
him, so
bestie.
if he was indeed the purple
I have to
guy,
beat it
he
into
would just
submission.
hop into a Minecraft suit like we
That's how
saw
art
at
is
the
made,
end
goddammit.
of FNAF 3. But there's one
You think I
key
actually
detail
draw?
that
No, I
everyone
beat
has
the
been
fuck out of my
overlooked,
iPad.
and it's not carefully included in this game. Listen.
Quiet tapping from the game with rain in the background.
Nah,
Right?
ASMR.
There's rain. There are puddles on the ground. It's dripping from the ceiling. The killer had been using
There are
these
puddles
spring-lock
on the
suits
ground. I
safely
have
for
pissed
years,
myself
but
in
in
the
his
closet.
attempt to escape the ghosts, he failed to notice the
Scott
wetness
Coffin
of the
won't
building
let me
around
out.
him. The killer
I
had
could
never
really
covered
use some of
the
that
top
pizza.
before because the building had always been in a decent state of repair, but now it's a wreck, torn apart by age. Rain is able to seep in, something he didn't realize when he was in such a hurry to run away from the ghosts. And if moist breath can loosen the locks, you can bet some rain would make those suckers ready to snap shut. And they do, killing our killer. I mean, all of
And
that
they
makes a
do,
pretty
killing
compelling
our
argument.
killer.
Almost an open and shut case.
Without
There wasn't
giving me a
one
slice of that
final
pizza.
major
I didn't get a
criticism
slice of
Phone
that
Guy theory
pizza.
since the release of FNAF 3, and it's a good one. The fact that Phone Guy seems to die during his Night 4 phone call from the first game.
Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me.
That banging is Pato trying to get back in with the fucking pizza.
I recorded my messages for you when I did.
If Phone Guy
Oh
was
no,
the
I'm
killer,
already back.
why would the robots
Just
still be
eating.
Jesus
active
Christ.
after his death and the ghosts
Don't worry
disappeared?
about
It
it.
just wouldn't make sense.
Don't worry
unless
about
you
it.
stopped to
I've been
consider
here
rest
the
of
whole
FNAF
time.
3's endings. The big twist in
Trying to
FNAF
get a slice
3
of
is
that
the
pizza.
inclusion of a good and bad ending. By completing the game normally, you get the bad ending, in which
That
we
I
see
wouldn't be
Purple Guy
hungry?
die in a flashback
That I
cutscene.
wouldn't want a
The
slice?
whole thing ends with 5 masks representing the 5 main animatronics with lights on behind their eyes. The good ending, meanwhile, requires using some not-so-subtly hidden clues to unlock minigames, then basically ignoring those games, glitching them out, and giving hidden
Do you
death
think
hits
anybody
to
out there has a
Matthew,
MatPat
obviously
tulpa?
referring to the victims of Purple Guy. Beat the game this time,
Tulpa?
the
What the
ending
fuck is a
largely the
tulpa?
same, but with one
Thank you,
fewer
Pato.
animatronic animatronic mask.
Tony Ice threw X 100 coins into the pond. Do you think Mad Pat and Scotty C had hot, steamy, manly, gay sex?
Manly gay sex.
Jesus Christ. First of all, without question. Secondly, a tulpa
obviously.
is like the best way to describe it, like real quick, is like an imaginary friend that's like actually like a dissociative identity. Like it's like you
that
make
thing,
it.
that thing.
Yeah. It's like you make it like in your head, and like it's like one of those things that's like super serious because like you literally like cannot fucking get rid of it. Like once you make one. Do you think there's anybody out there who has a Matt Pat Tulpa that just talks like this over everything they do?
I mean, I know that there's somebody out there who has one of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, Tulpa. So
Oh,
they
absolutely.
can't be that far behind.
Absolutely. Matt Pat narrating your life, your whole life. He'd like you.
I think I'd take that. I'd do that.
You're at the DMV. You're making love to your beautiful wife, and he's just yapping back there, and nobody will ever understand. Nobody will ever know what you're going through, ever.
I'm making love to my beautiful wife, and he's in the background going, and that's just a theory.
A game theory.
Every time she says I'm about to come, that's just a theory.
Here is that in the good ending, the souls of the children put in peace. When they disappear for good. They don't
That's
go
the
back
good
to their
ending.
animatronic bodies. But the bad ending? The lights on behind the eyes of all 5 masks mean that these guys are still active. Angry, restless spirits still haunting the robots to this day. Because here's the thing. The good ending doesn't exist until you, as the player of the 3rd installment, give cake to those kids during FNAF 3's hidden minigames. What you play in FNAF 1, though, is the aftermath of the bad ending, when the animatronics have killed Phone
You don't
Guy,
say.
but are still
Whoa.
out for vengeance. Yeah, you made it through those first 5 nights at Freddy's. You overheard the death of the purple.
Damn, bro.
Sorry, I can hear something that is not the smacking of Pluto's tablet pen. I think it's my cat sneezing in another room. That or the fucking purple guy's here, and I'm just fucked.
Guy recorded live on the phone, but it wasn't enough. You got the bad ending. Even with the killer
You got the bad ending, chat.
suit, the lights are still on these animatronics.
Wah,
They're
wah,
still
wah.
roaming the halls, attacking anyone wearing that much-hated security guard outfit. People like Mike Schmidt, an innocent guy just trying to do his job.
Whoa, it's the
at
guy from the
Bailey
FNAF
Pizza
movie.
Restaurant.
Whoa.
And as the final nail in the coffin,
It's the whistle
Whoa.
guy.
Says in his Night 4 recording perfectly foreshadows what we see in the games.
Maybe sometime
It's Flowrider.
inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah, I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there.
Think about what Purple Guy does. He hides in a back room, the safe room.
You're fucking
hides
on
in
the
a
verge of
suit,
death,
and
and then you're
despite getting sprung trapped, actually does hold out until someone checks. Holds out long enough for the phone dude to find the hidden safe room,
Oh, the phone
recover the
dude guy.
animatronic, and set him free in Fazbear Fright. Exactly what the phone guy said he'd do in his final moments. And as Springtrap, he comes back in FNAF 3. Comes back like he always does. And with no real animatronics present at Fazbear's Fright, remember Springtrap is the only real one they've found, with all the rest scattered, probably located in dumps, which is why their bodies and faces are decaying. All that the spirits can do is appear as phantoms, hallucinations. Well, all except one. The puppet, who we see in his physical form roaming the hallways of Fazbear Fright. So real, in fact, that we see his reflection visible in the pools of water under his feet, meaning he is there and unburnt. There's only one way to truly end this. End the murderous purple guy, burning the place to the ground. The puppet gave robots life, gave spirits peace, and finally gave the murderer, the phone guy, his long-deserved death, or at least tried to. And that is the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's story. No hat, no movie, no
Oh,
fourth
no.
installment.
Oh no.
No! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What's wrong?
Look!
Oh no.
God, he's just like me for real.
Okay, that's just a theory. A game theory.
I got a
Thanks
new
for
audio.
watching.
You wanna hear
Hey,
it?
if you
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Be advised, enemies have deployed Freddy Fazbear into the AO. He's feeling a bit quirky tonight.
I wasn't ready for that.
He's feeling a bit quirky tonight. Oh my god. Wait. What is this end card tournament?
Hey, I just have a simple question. Are you excited about a Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Click over here to say yes.
Oh,
Click over here
man.
to say no. And oh my gosh, it's Purple Guy. Watch out, he's gonna kill you.
How long was this video?
Oh my,
8 years ago.
8 years ago. Do we have a date? May 6th, 2015. Jesus Christ. That's some
Yeah,
development
doesn't that
hell to
make
get
you-
through.
Doesn't that make you feel old?
That makes you feel prehistoric, actually. Thank you for asking.
Sorry, Scott Cawthon. I'm tired of waiting for you. This time you'll have to keep up with me.
Don't say that.
They're flirting!
Don't say that.
They're
Matt, don't
flirting!
fucking say that. He's gonna take you seriously. Matt.
Oh,
They're
never mind.
flirting, dude! Oh my god.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, where instead of waiting for FNAF 4 to be released, this time we're getting out ahead of the game. Or at least
Oh,
that
no.
was the plan. Scott, I swear you are the biggest internet troll out there. Oh, it's being released October
Stop, you're
21st.
summoning him.
Okay,
Stop
I
it.
planned my entire schedule around that. Never mind, it's now in August. Okay, fine, let me rework everything. Lols, here's the full version now.
Oh boy.
You, Scott Cawthon, are the reason I have an emotional dependence on Diet Coke. But today I'll be sipping that sweet, sweet Diet
Okay, girl,
Coke
slay.
and sweet victory. Because guess what? I win! Scott,
No,
your rush to get
girl.
the game out, to get out ahead of my theories,
Why do you say
and
guess what like
completely
that? Guess what?
flim-flam the internet and
I
shock
win!
everyone by releasing the game 3 months early.
We gotta remember he's a theater kid.
Detail. Maybe before
He
releasing
is a
the game,
theater
you should have
kid,
spent a
my
bit more
god.
time researching, because this game, as you've presented it, is impossible. Let me explain. Basically, it's all but confirmed at this point that in FNAF 4 you play as the victim of the bite of 87, and that this game is either his nightmare or what he's seeing in a coma as he recovers from his injuries. Let me run you through the evidence real quick so that we're all on the same page. First, in the months leading up to the release of the game, there were clues hidden in the source code for some of the teasers on Scott's website, with the numbers 8787 repeated over and over again. Two numbers that anyone who hasn't been living under a rock will recognize as a key date in the franchise's lore, the bite of 87. This is further supported by the text on the teaser images. All of the pictures released on the site basically ask the same question: was it me? Which seems to refer to the actual attacker of the bite itself. But there was one more word we saw repeated throughout the teasers: nightmare. Hidden over top of multiple teaser images was that exact
Good
word.
lord.
That, combined with the Freddy Krueger-ish design of the animatronics, with teeth and claws everywhere, something far different from how we've seen these things designed in the past, seemed to indicate that this would be the way a child would imagine these creatures if he had had a traumatic experience with them, making it seem like what we would be playing would be a dream. Couple that with some evidence from the trailer. The first words are, "What is it you think you see?" making us question the reality of the images in the game. But there was also something that everyone seemed to overlook about this trailer: the appearance of the number 4. Scott doesn't do things randomly, as I'm sure we're all aware by now. And notice the movement of the 4. It starts off in a horizontal plane, like it was laying
This is the
down
Matt Pat I know and
say,
love.
a bed, but then wakes up to stand vertically before the trailer ends. Even that remnant red rectangle is meant to symbolize the bed. Everything seems to be led letting us know that what we're seeing isn't really real, it's a dream, or better yet, a nightmare. Now, fast forward to the game's release, or I suppose casually meander to the game's release since it wasn't too long afterwards, and we see that this theory still holds. Flowers, an IV, and pills will occasionally show up next to your bed. Classical medical supplies that show us that this is a child in recovery. Foxy, who's hiding in a closet, will transform back to a plush toy if you hold the door closed on him long enough, making it seem like this was all a dream or hallucination. And of course, the biggest piece of evidence of all, the cutscene that ends night 5, which, if you don't want a spoiler, click here to skip. All of you skipped now? Good. Actually shows the bite of 87 take place in the mouth of the golden Fredbear.
Was that the bite of 87?
Thank you.
Damn it.
I was waiting for it. Thank
God
you.
damn
Oh
it,
my
I
God.
wasn't.
Where in the final night,
I fucking
he's the
forgot
one
about
who
it.
ends up stalking you. All the other animatronics disappear. You're being haunted by the suit that bit you. So yeah, that's it. All the evidence points to the victim of 87 being our protagonist, the character we're playing as in FNAF 4. Good job, Scott. You finally put together a game with a coherent plot line. Except...
Guess what?
it didn't.
No.
Scott Cawthon, if all of us are right in our theory,
Actually,
are wrong. Just when it looked like you were making a game that actually adhered to its own lore, you also
Get him,
made a
Matt.
game that is completely impossible from a scientific perspective. Loyal theorists, it's time we give Scott's latest bag of tricks a little lesson in real-life science. While frontal lobe injuries aren't as uncommon as people think, actually they happen all the time in car accidents, playing football, falling down, etc.
here's a fun fact about PIPI's frontal lobe, and probably a good
Oh.
reason why I am the way I am. I was in preschool when I was like 4 years old. I very, very, very much wanted friends. I didn't have very many friends. And I went to this like prestigious isn't quite the word, but like kind of like I don't know, like standoffish, sort of like in a neighborhood where everybody already knew each other, kind of like Christian preschool. I didn't have any friends. And I swear to God, this part is important because it's literally what leads to the events of what I'm about to tell you. The other important thing is that when I was 4 years old, all of my clothes were too big. My mom made regular practices of putting safety pins into my pants, so that it would hold them up over my feet so that I wouldn't trip and fall. This is very important because according to her, the other reason why this happened was not just my idiocy, but also because the people who worked at the preschool made made taking the safety pins out of my pants into a regular practice. So we were outside one day, and I remember this. It was cold. It had to be like in the winter or like in the spring, like before like everything like warms up, because it was cold. I was wearing a coat. And I stepped outside for what, you know, when you're like a child, like everything to you is like a straight line. Like you have coherent full sentence thoughts and then you turn those thoughts into action. I walk outside and I think to myself with these words or something similar to them, damn, like I'm gonna make some friends today. Obviously I just fucking say damn, but you know, I was like, I want to fucking make friends. How do I make friends? How do I act like everybody else? And I look around and there's these two kids and they're playing tag together and I'm like, holy shit, that's it, that's the key, that's what I'm gonna do. So I start running. And okay, chat, do you know, hold on, wait. Do you know, I don't know what they're called. Yeah, that guy, the one on Drilling. This thing, hold on. How do I?
You know, the muffin.
Shut up, Matt Pat, for just a second. I'm telling a very important story. Do you know these right here? These. It's like dumbass shits right here that they put on playgrounds. No. Sorry, my VPN tried to turn on, and I'm like 80% sure my VPN is what makes my fucking frames drop. Anyway, these things. I'm running, and I look to my right, the most crucially horrible thing I've ever done is while I was running in this straight ass line, I looked to my right, because what happens maybe a split second after I look to my right to make sure I'm like perfectly replicating what these other children are doing in order to socialize, I run face first into one of these, and it is so
Oh my god.
it is so violent, like it happens with so much force that my head goes through the little triangle, like I smack my head on like the top part of this triangle, and then like the rest of my body goes into the triangle, and I'm like suspended by my stomach, like just fucking hanging there, like in like one of the holes of this fucking jungle gym. And I'm like, it was one of those moments where it's like it happens and like the whole world stops for a second, like you don't know how to react. My forehead was blue for days, and they did not accurately tell my parents what had happened. They said I bumped my head. I very easily had a concussion, because I do have a very vivid memory of my father taking me to the hospital at some point afterwards to get like one of those like scans that tells you if your brain is like turned half to mush or something. Like I fucked myself up on one of these, and I don't even know how it happened. Like, I don't even know how it happened. Like, if you asked me to recount the exact details of, like, whether I tripped over my pants or whether I literally just went careening into the fucking jungle gym, I could not tell you. My mom seems convinced I tripped over my pants, but I have no memory. It's just, I remember the noise it made, and I remember the way everything looked upside down.
No!
It's fucked up. Anyway, speaking of frontal lobes, FNAF. God, I'm so good at this.
Damn.
Perfect.
That's my
Flawless.
streamer right there. That's my streamer.
From motor skill impairment to nervous system issues. But the side effects we're most concerned with
I wanna be just like PIPI when I grow up.
psychological.
Hell yeah,
Removing
brother.
the frontal lobe significantly impacts the victim's ability to process certain types of stimuli, specifically fear stimuli. Let me give you some backstory.
Anyway, that's the reason why I haven't been afraid of anything in my entire life.
Often thought the best way to cure problems with the brain were to cut pieces
You're a
out.
scaredy cat. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, let's slice that out. Overly aggressive.
Banned.
That chunk
Banned.
Get her ass.
Mods,
Get her ass,
mods, get
bro.
them, get them.
Studies of patients without frontal
Hit
It's me.
hit
I'm the
PIPI
mods.
with the facts.
about them was
Facts and
Me, I'm
logic.
mods.
Patients without a frontal lobe become uninhibited because they no longer have a fear response. Way
Yo,
back in the
dog.
Fallout episode, we looked in depth at the most famous accidental lobotomy in history, Phineas Gage, who literally had an iron rod shot straight through his head, completely destroying his left frontal lobe. One of the most striking differences between pre-pole Phineas and post-pole Phineas
Yo,
was his
speaking of
sense
like
inhibition. And by that,
surviving
I mean
horrible
post-pole
accidents, I remember hearing about a story about this dude who I think he damn the fuck he was a lumberjack.
Yeah.
And no, listen, cause he was up in the trees because sometimes they have to like climb up there and shit. And he was trying to get his chainsaw started, and after he got it started, it slipped, and it cut the branch out from underneath him, and it fell down before him. And he didn't have a harness or anything on, so he fell, and he fell on top of the chainsaw, and the chainsaw went like into his neck, and basically like severed his neck. And this is really gross. I'm gonna try my best to not be graphic at all. It severed his neck so that his head was barely hanging on, and so he, with his hands, took his head, put it on straight, got into his truck, while still holding his head with one hand and driving with the other, and drove himself to a hospital. And he was miles out from like any civilization. We're talking about like a 2-hour drive to the hospital, and got himself stitched up and lived.
What the fuck? This man's the definition of just built different.
Literally, he's like,
oh my fucking
He also
god.
passed out. I forgot to mention that he passed out like after he hit the ground because he broke his ribs and shit, and like the impact just knocked him out. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. If he wasn't injured, doctors said that the adrenaline that he would have had would have like overdosed him if he wasn't injured at all.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. I think about that all the time.
No sense
I mean,
of
that's
fear
kind
or
of
self-consciousness. He
kind of
was
weird.
described to be impulsive to the point of being rude and vulgar in public. No fear, no anxiety, no social pressure anywhere.
That's me, baby.
Damn.
I've never felt anxious a day in my life.
I think I kind of need to get a
Because I beat the
lobotomy.
fuck out of my head in preschool. Wait, back up, Pata. What did you say?
Me when I lie. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Specifically because of the bite of 87. If the main character of this game truly is little Timmy Lost-a-Lobe, he would wander around a house.
Timmy Lost-a-Lobe, go to jail. Go to prison.
Oh my
to
god.
prison. Foul. Wrong and foul.
Kind of fucking
It's
cooking right now.
vile.
Why would he? He doesn't care. Because tragically, he no longer has the capacity to care. His brain structure no longer allows it. As if this weren't enough, a frontal lobe injury.
He's just cooking this man alive.
Concentration and attention span. The main character in the game is still supposed
This is motivated by spite. 9,000%.
period of multiple hours. But the thing is, patients without frontal lobes don't have this ability. In fact, they can only stay focused on what they see immediately happening in front of them. A child missing a
I mean, that's me too, but I still have my frontal lobe.
What's good, Pasta? How's it going?
Interest.
Great timing.
Wiring necessary to concentrate on self-preservation. They would literally just go back to bed. The game is impossible the way it's being presented, because it would literally be over before it began. But the final and biggest nail in the coffin for this one is how frontal lobe injuries affect the imagination. The frontal lobe controls a ton of mental processing abilities, including dreams. You might think that an uncontrollable imagination would lead to exactly the kind of nightmares or hallucinations you see in this game, but in fact, it's the exact opposite. Rigorous studies have been done on the imaginations and dream states of lobotomized patients. While patients without a frontal lobe can have dreams, one thing they can't have is nightmares. Patients missing a
That's
frontal
crazy.
lobe carry their lack of fear and inhibition straight into their dreams. And why not? It makes sense. If the mind isn't registering fear consciously, there's no reason to process it subconsciously in a dream. Studies show that lobotomized patients can dream about idyllic scenarios, money, fame, praise, but they can't dream about the monsters under the bed, or in this case, the Foxy in the closet, making the nightmare state of FNAF 4 impossible for the victim of the bite of 87.
I'm only seeing advantages on not having a frontal lobe.
Matt, you're too convincing, Matt. Matt, come on, please.
Have their frontal lobes intentionally removed to stop these dreams from happening. One famous case describes a patient who was experiencing a recurring dream of being chased by ferocious animals. After the patient received the lobotomy in 1953, yes, he still had the dream, but would instead describe it as being a nice dream with some nice animals. His visions in the dream were no longer threatening. The animals were happy, he was happy, and he was no longer able to perceive any of the fear he once had prior to the surgery. So scientifically speaking, there is no single way the main character of FNAF 4 can be the bite of 87 victim, like Scott seems to have indicated. Sure, the game could be about another kid, I guess, but that was lame. No, this game is meant to be about the victim of the bite of 87. The poor kid who wasn't just attacked at the restaurant, but continues to be tortured.
Sure, I guess, if you stupid and lame and a little bitch.
Hallucinations, whatever.
You were boring as fuck, I guess.
But the fact of the matter is,
I mean, I guess if Scott fucking sucked and was creatively bankrupt.
wouldn't care about those things in the first place. He would have no fear, and there would be no animatronics, real or imaginary, that would be able to keep him up at night. Biologically speaking, nothing he would be experiencing would be any scarier than the fan. The fan. Sorry, Scott. Better luck in the movie. But hey, that's
Movie mentioned twice.
A game theory. Thanks for watching. So that's the science of FNAF 4, but I'm working on picking apart the lore now.
That's your biggest mistake. It's the worst thing you'll ever do.
Should never have tried.
There's gotta be a code to open this. Bite of 87.
Oh no.
You text? I must be close. Incident of 83. 1 movie. 11 animatronics. 11
Movie counter 3.
1 phone guy. 1 killer. Hex code for purple backwards. Is that Markiplier?
Was that the bite of 87?
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Yes. I'm vindicated.
That's cute. That's fun. That intro puts this one on the S tier.
SS plus.
Getting real creative with this.
Welcome to the Five Nights at Freddy's podcast. Oh, sorry, I mean Game Theory. Game Theory. The show that covers theories on other games in the 2-week intervals between new installments of FNAF. But
Here starts the resentment.
Here starts the resentment.
This video needed to be made because I have a confession, internet. I made a mistake in my last FNAF video.
Impossible.
Not my research, mind you. My conclusion that this kid scientifically could not be the Bite of 87 victim was actually 100% right, both scientifically and, as you've been eager to point out, lore-wise. No, I was wrong in calling this the Bite of 87. I'm man enough to admit my mistakes. Hey, it's why they're called theories after all, right? Anyway, in this case, Scott was sure to let me know my error in his first comment on any of my videos on the franchise.
So it begins.
Oh my god.
The godfathers of the toxic yaoi.
To my knowledge, which was really exciting, but it did leave me wondering, should I feel honored or trolled? And let me just say, because you were asking, I didn't delete that comment. I only delete comments from game theorist bots. No, I don't want your free PSN codes, okay? So I guess Scott must have deleted it himself. Maybe there was a typo. Or maybe a clue to FNAF 5.
Oh god.
So before we get that far ahead, let's close the book on FNAF 4. First, let's set the record straight on where it takes place. It does not take place in Fredbear Family Diner.
Do you honestly
but rather
think
the first
Five Nights at Freddy's
location
should have
of Freddy
ended with
Fazbear's
FNAF 4?
Pizza, the one from the old phone guy tapes found in FNAF 3. But the spring lock
I don't know, because I really like the latest game that came out, not the VR one.
Security breach?
Yeah, security breach.
Not Fredbear Diner before he tells you about their, quote, specially designed suits. Roll that cassette tape.
Welcome to your new career as a performer/entertainer for
I don't know, honestly.
Right now we have 2 specially designed suits that double as both animatronics.
Because if it ended here, we wouldn't get FNAF World.
I.e. not in existence
Period.
during the Fredbear era. Plus, in that same set of phone calls, Phone Guy tells us the suits have
Yo,
become
you have a great
decommissioned
point.
after an incident where there were, quote, multiple simultaneous spring lock failures. What do we see at
I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my spring lock functionality.
the end of FNAF 4? An incident where
Fuck you.
multiple spring locks fail simultaneously and a child dies. And let me be clear, because the terminology is pretty confusing. In the game, the word spring lock is used to describe both the suit as a whole and the individual locking mechanisms within that suit. A spring lock suit is made up of multiple spring locks. To have multiple simultaneous spring
Do you see that video on Twitter of that guy who made a spring lock system and got his arm stuck in it?
Yes. Oh my god. And then people were like, what did you expect to happen? God. And then he was like,
catastrophic failure.
God, just let a man die in peace.
Tears are moistening the locks. Crunch. And besides, don't you think it'd be weird for Fredbear's Diner to use these suits, have them kill a child, sell the company, and then Freddy Fazbear's Pizza starts using them again? It just wouldn't make a lot of sense.
I don't think that's weird at all, MadPat.
Although Fredbear and Springtrap are
I mean, compared to the other shit that happens in the series.
this is a Freddy Fazbear branded joint, one dating back to, as we see on the TV set, 1983. But enough about the timeline. I don't want to dwell on it in this episode. To me, having a general placement of the timeline is enough because the most interesting part of this game is the ending and its overall meaning. Like I said in the other FNAF 4 video, if this was
What's good, Ray? Thanks for the 50s.
Hey, Ray.
So how does this particular kid fit into the overall lore? Why is this incident of 1983 so important to show? Who is the FNAF 4 kid, and what does the ending line of "I will put you back together" mean? Well, let me tell ya, the evidence points to him being The puppets. Let's look at the evidence. First, many have pointed out the streaming tears down the kid's face, which mimic the tears down the puppet's mask. Okay, sure, that was good evidence when we first...
Okay, alright. Now we're circling back around to the same conclusions that we made in episode 2. That he's literally running this poor man in circles.
Saw them in FNAF 2, but at this point, those nice pixelated streams are on nearly every...
How goes the theorizing? It's fucking going, dog.
So alone, it's not much to go on. But we can take it one step further. While the tears themselves might not be interesting, look at this. It's a screen from the Mango game back in FNAF 3. This weird, crying, giant silhouette was just kinda out of place in the last game.
God,
and
me?
FNAF theorists just kinda glossed over it in our analyses, since, seriously, what is it? I mean, it kinda looks like the puppet, right? With its overall fabric feel and its thin striped legs. I mean, that's what I thought at the
Fabric
time,
feel?
but again, there was really no reason to
Huh?
bring it up since it
Bitches love my fabric feel.
but now we have a new game and new information that might make this make sense. Look at its body position. Notice anything specific
I don't
about it?
fucking remember this episode. What is that thing? I've never seen that before in my life.
Including his final scene.
What thing? That thing? Wait, hold on. I'm not paying attention.
Face turned 2/3 toward the camera. Do you see the connection here? But not only that,
The gray thing that kind of looks like Gaster?
Yeah, that thing.
and remember, this is in a world
Yeah, I don't know.
That's apparently in one of the death minigames, but I feel like I've never fucking seen that before in my life.
an oddly specific detail. Now I
Yeah.
ask you, what's the signature look
I
for the
think
puppet? None other than
I kind of just assumed that it was the marionette.
But besides those design
For the puppet.
details, consider that there's no sign
It's
of the
supposed to
puppet
be it,
anywhere in this
man.
game, and yet practically every other animatronic is present in some form, meaning that this game likely exists at a time when the puppet has yet to be created. Remember when he just kind of showed up in FNAF 2, which I should...
Matt, you already said the puppet was the first. Matt, don't be foolish. Matt, don't be
To
foolish.
remind you, takes place
You
4 years
fool.
later than this game. He just kind of came out of nowhere. Well, this could be the puppet's origin story. This idea of kid as puppet also works really well with the locked box at the end. What's in there besides Markiplier's stunning face and buttery voice? A puppet. As we see in FNAF 2, he has a habit of coming out of boxes.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who can bend and fold up into a space that small. But there's even more evidence when you look at the timeline. Now, I challenge you to ask yourself one question. What exactly is the child afraid of in this game? Why does he hate this restaurant so much? The easy answer would seem to be the animatronics, but that'd be wrong. It's important to note that at the time of the cutscene minigames, he's not scared of Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. When you walk over the pile of plushies in the corner, we see that he considers these characters as his friends. Foxy is kinda in that camp too, but to a slightly lesser degree because his brother has started scaring him with the Foxy mask, hence the head being pulled off. Even the weird psychic friend Fredbear isn't a scary presence for him. So clearly he's not scared of the characters. Is he scared of the people working at the restaurant? The purple guy? Maybe, but that's not quite the full answer either. Again, watch how he behaves. When trying to escape the worker in the Fredbear outfit, he can't muster the courage to run past the show stage with the yellow suits. He collapses in fear. And when the bullies drag him over to the stage, he's freaking out. Clearly, what he is specifically afraid of in this restaurant is the yellow Springtrap suits, whether in animatronic mode or suit mode, which begs one question. Why? Well, the answer lies in Psychic Friend Fredbear. Look at the dialogue running through the kid's head. Hurry the other way and find someone who will help. You know what happens if he catches you. That line would be easy to write off as this just being a scared kid who believes the ghost stories he's heard from the dead-eyed girl he talks to on the way home. She's creepy.
Jesus.
It wasn't for one thing. This other
That line delivery was
Don't
crazy.
you remember what you saw? This kid actually saw something, a crime, something terrible in these restaurants. It would seem to imply that he
Shout out to
saw a
Matt Pat's
child
editing
shoved
team.
into one of these suits. This would also explain the strange brown pixels sticking
Not
out of
for
the
real.
yellow body backstage. A tuft of hair, perhaps? All of these details also fit with the character I've been lovingly calling Psychic Friend Fredbear.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who you gonna call? Psychic Friend Fredbear.
I mean, seriously. What is this thing? Sometimes he's
Wow.
a bear, sometimes he's referencing it, and sometimes he's a flower? Okay. At first, it seemed like the creepy little toy was nothing
Me
but
when
an
I'm a
imaginary
flower.
friend. That was until the final moments after the bite. When we see the bear
Hold on a sec. What is this? 7? I think we're gonna try. We're gonna go to 10 and we're gonna see how we feel. I don't think we're making it to 14. We're gonna go to 10 and see how we feel. Because I can feel my neurons melting into each other and becoming one.
But this time, instead of
A
parroting
single
back the
super
kid's
neuron.
feelings like he usually does,
Just
he
one.
shows that he is clearly in possession of a mind of his own, saying all kinds of creepy things like, "You're broken. We're still your friends. Don't you believe that? And I'm still here. I will put you back together." This isn't just
Damn,
a
I
split
wonder how much
personality of the kid.
time will it take
This is
for
a
him to
separate
notice
entity.
that the
This
color
is
of the
a
text
spirit.
is slightly
This
different.
is someone who knows the danger of getting caught by the people wearing those
Too long.
suits.
The
This
pain comes
is
from the fact that there is a
victim
difference.
that our FNAF 4 kids saw getting stuffed. This is Golden Freddy, Purple Guy's first victim. And I know you're rushing into the comments now to say that this changes a lot of things and goes against stuff we've been saying for a while. But don't worry, we'll address it. Just get excited. We've pinpointed the identities of our 2 most mysterious animatronics. This is an awesome revelation
Yeah,
from an
bro,
evidence
about
standpoint.
that.
But to be honest, a little disappointing from a storytelling
Yikes.
standpoint. Here's why. We humans all have a proven psychological need to complete things. This need is called, unimaginatively, the completion principle. We want to fill in the blanks in the stuff around us so that the world makes sense and we feel in control. It's the biggest psychological reason why you
Oh,
want
these fucking names.
or
Oh my
even
god.
just an individual level. You know how
Are you
easy
feeling
to
it?
stop and save in the middle of a level?
It's the
I'm
year
feeling it in my
2012,
legs.
baby.
Done. This
Breathe it
My
in.
legs, my back.
Weirdly enough,
Can
it's
you
even the reason why it's so
feel
hard to
Mr.
leave just one slice of cake outside of sheer
Neck, back,
deliciousness,
pussy,
or leave
crack.
the last 2 pieces of a puzzle. I mean, even
That
just
cake,
looking at it on
that
the
cake
screen,
looked like it was made out of
just
clay.
put the piece in. Just finish the last 2 just animate the pieces to move over into the open
I could
slot.
really use a slice of that pizza.
Finish the last Thank you.
What
This
do you
isn't just you
mean?
being OMG, I'm so OCD. It's actually because the brain is wired to respond to knowing when you're done with a task. The brain can now take the mental energy it was using to focus on that activity and use it on something else. But what happens if you don't finish that piece of cake? Or if you walk away from a game right before beating the level?
That cake
Your brain can't
really
put that
looks
activity
weird.
away because it's still not finished.
I'm telling you, dude.
literally
It looks like
continue
it's
to
made
put
out of
mental energy
clay.
on it in the background, even when you're doing other things. As long as there are unknowns, your brain can't feel in total control and can't let things go. And whether he knew this when creating the first FNAF game or not, Scott Cawthon has done an amazing and infuriating job of creating a story that looks like it goes one way, but also looks like it might go somewhere else. This keeps us thinking about FNAF lore, talking about FNAF lore, pestering our favorite YouTube theorists for more FNAF lore for weeks. Watching every video released on everything from top 10 details you missed in the FNAF 4 teaser to top 10 facts
Not
about
8-bit
the
gaming.
cupcake. The cupcake. 10 facts about the cupcake.
Mike.
Once we're into the lore, our brains literally cannot let the pieces go until there's some kind of resolution, a completed story. But Scott has done such a good job of keeping the game in flux that the pieces never quite feel like they fit in a way that feels satisfying. We never get that moment of ROLAIDS. That spells relief. So we want the pieces of the puzzle to fit together cleanly, and the problem with FNAF is that while there's plenty of evidence for the story to go one way, there's also evidence for it going somewhere else. Try this one on for size. Well, there's a lot of evidence for the kid in FNAF 4 being the puppet, and I'd bet my bottom dollar that that's the solution that Scott intended. From a storytelling standpoint, more pieces actually fit together if the FNAF 4 kid becomes Golden Freddy and not the puppet. This would make our first victim, the one our FNAF 4 kid sees get killed, the puppet, like we've been hypothesizing since FNAF 2. Suddenly, you have a group of 5 kids celebrating a birthday, one kid associated with each animatronic, with the one representing Golden Freddy being the odd man out. And this scenario perfectly mimics the FNAF 3 good ending with the Happiest Day minigame, where 5 souls from 5 kids, each representing a different animatronic, reunite to celebrate a birthday that never really happened. It actually creates a beautifully bookended story of redemption and forgiveness, a reunion of brothers. And yeah, Yeah, I know the complaints. Don't get me started about the size of the kids being different. They're the spirits of dead children in an 8-bit minigame, okay? Literalizing the sizes seems to be a bit of a stretch. And it goes even further than that. In the FNAF 2 Give Gifts minigame, the puppet gives life to the dead children, with Golden Freddy as the odd man out who doesn't get a mask and does a ghostly jump scare at the end. That would reflect the 4 bullies getting killed in the pizzeria by Purple Guy in response to this incident, while the one, Golden Freddy, dies somewhere else, like a hospital bed. I mean, we do see the IV and pills and flowers, and as a result, that's why the puppet, the first victim, is able to reach those 4 kids' souls and save them, while Golden Freddy has to be—
Wait a second. Hold on. Sorry, I completely missed this chat from Ray. You spent 5 minutes confused on who Froggy Berry was. Curly Pop. The URL is on the screen. Get some rest, dog. You don't have to suffer through with us.
Game represents the first victim at the first location, and why the puppet is always the jump scare, because he's the kid we've just watched get killed. So a lot of storytelling pieces fit together.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Us with too many questions about why Golden Freddy is talking to our FNAF 4 kid. A spirit needs to be inhabiting that bear for the story to make sense, and Scott certainly put in plenty of evidence that leads us to believe that the FNAF 4 kid is the puppet. The FNAF 4 kid needs to have seen a tragic, scary incident to make him fear the restaurant, which means he can't have been the first kid to have been killed. In short, the challenge here is that you have a choice. There's more evidence for our FNAF 4 kid becoming the puppet, but the resulting story is more satisfying for him to become Golden Freddy. And either side leaves you wanting more, because not all the evidence works in either scenario. And that is the true secret to FNAF. The completion principle—
It makes no fucking sense.
Do you think Matt Pat's been dead this whole fucking time, and this has just been his punishment in purgatory for the last like 9 years?
Yes, and we are all dead with him.
It's not allowed to move on to the 80th Dead World until Scott Cawthon stops making FNAF games.
He didn't do it by giving
But
us endless levels or
wait,
a whole bunch of stuff.
but he did stop.
He did it just by making sure the pieces
Do
that
you think this is why he's finally retiring?
So GG, Scott.
9,000%.
And GG to all of you too, theorists. All of us. For trying to complete the story and solve the mysteries. I may complain about it, but honestly, I've been having a blast. It's like the Gravity Falls of video games. It's been my honor.
Don't you ever say that again.
This quest over the last year, and I look forward to trying to continue the quest
Just you wait.
for the year to come. In fact, since this has been a video many of you have been waiting for a long—
Just you wait. Just you wait, Matt Pat.
Just you wait.
Psychic friend Fred Bear. That wasn't it either. Damn. He's here, he's there. This is great. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who are you gonna call? Psychic friend Fred Bear. That was it. Today, we end the horror.
Today we end the horror, guys. This is it. For real this time.
This is the trust me.
This is the one. He's him.
Hello, Internet.
Welcome to Game Theory.
After months of intensive therapy, I'm back to finally put the original FNAF tetralogy to rest. It's done. No more Halloween updates, no more FNAF 5 rumors, and no more—
Yikes.
you multi-bladed propeller of air. So shortly after my last Freddy theory, I arranged a live stream with some fellow FNAFers to close the book on the series.
Oh, this is the live stream.
Isn't there?
None of us expected.
This live stream, which was like the fucking like pinnacle. This was like Jesus being born for FNAF theorists. Happens and is covered in the 8th of 67 FNAF game theory videos.
No.
This shit, I wasn't expecting to come across this so soon. I misremembered the events of our culture.
Unbelievable.
We're really in it now. We're really in it now.
We have it, we're back. No, not the stream issues. Scott started talking to us. Well, kinda. He kept updating his site, scottgames.com, with cryptic messages as to the true meaning of the game. What is seen in shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. In the FNAF 4 minigame, why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak? And finally, 4 games, 1 story. It was incredible! After a year of taking shots in the dark, finally we were, in a way, hearing back from the man who knew all the answers. Scott Kaufman,
The
the
man
creator,
behind the
was
slaughter.
But did he?
from the
But did he
shadows
know all
to
the
us for pretty
answers?
much the first time ever. Constantly
Did he
leads
really?
as to where to look. But what did these cryptic
That's the fun
clues
part.
mean? In the
He
moment, the best
didn't.
I could do was this. Is it possible that FNAF 2 didn't actually happen? But in the days that followed, those 3 clues led theorists on Reddit, Steam, and YouTube to completely throw out everything that they knew about the franchise. What if we were looking at the franchise all wrong? Instead of counting animatronic toes, calculating minimum wage rates, and tracking Purple Guy's work history, maybe we needed to take a
What
step
now?
back. What if everything in FNAF was just a dream? That's right.
Girl.
FNAF dream theory. That everything we play through in these games was created in the mind of
Cheap
the
ass
FNAF
jump
4's
scares.
crying child.
Matt, get
Sounds like
serious.
a cop-out,
Matt,
right?
get
Like a
serious.
lazy storytelling cliche. Maybe. But stay with me. Even if you think you've heard parts of this theory before,
Matt, come
you
on.
want to stick around. I've unearthed the
Come on,
clues
Matt.
that finally
Come on,
put
Matt.
a year and a half of FNAF speculating to rest. Of the 3 clues Scott gave us that day, the
Matt,
most
don't make me
damning
laugh
one
at you.
was the last one. Why would Tiny Toy Chica be missing her beak? What? In the FNAF 4 minigame, you can talk to a small girl on the playground with toy versions of Bonnie, Fred,
Matthew
and Chica,
Patrick
but
Fitzgerald,
her
don't
beak
do
is
this.
missing? During the stream, we were all like, Scott, please. But when we looked, sure enough, there it was. A few orange pixels laying on the ground. What? Seriously? This was the crucial detail all of us had missed. And yet, for as absurd as it may sound, those 5 pixels changed everything, upending a year worth of theorizing. Because that missing beak directly parallels FNAF 2's new version of Chica, who loses her beak when she goes on the attack. It was something we all had written off as a graphical glitch or a design choice, not as a clue to the meaning of the entire series. And yet, here it was from the creator's mouth. And that is when it started to click. FNAF 2's shiny new animatronics. What are they called? Toy animatronics. And that's not just a cute name the community came up with, like Freddles. It's right there in the custom night menu. It's canon.
What?
That's a strange name for a bunch of robots, right? Unless it's
What?
meant to be taken literally, and then they're all
Freddles?
just a bunch of oh my
Yeah, Freddles.
god. What if they are toys, and this is all just a dream scenario inspired by these little guys? Well, let's keep going with this toy clue. I mean,
I'm a little
obviously,
guy.
Toy animatronics are shiny, plastic-looking fake,
You're just a little
like
guy.
a small plastic action
Just a
figure
little
would be.
fucking
But
guy.
it explains
Just
a
a little
bigger
guy. Please
question
give me your
about
frontal
FNAF
lobe.
2,
Please,
the
please,
look
please.
and
I'm normal and
design
can be
of
trusted
Mangle.
with somebody's
I mean,
frontal lobe.
seriously,
Please, I'm
the
just a
story
little
we're
guy.
told to believe
Please.
in this game is pretty absurd.
I'm not gonna
Kids
do anything
just
with
rip
it, I
apart. Put
promise.
it back
Please,
together
please,
again.
please,
So
please,
the
please,
employees
please.
I
just
want
leave
it
it as a
really
Mangle
bad.
collection
I just want to
parts
hold it
for
in my mouth.
small
I'm not
children
gonna
to
bite. I
play.
promise. I
What
promise. Please.
parent would ever be comfortable letting little Timmy touch that thing? Oh, and here's a cute thing for you to play with. Oh my gosh! Who could have seen that coming? But if we assume FNAF 2 is in the mind of a child who has seen all these toys, Mangle makes a whole lot more sense.
Wait till
She's
you
a
find out
dismantled
about the
toy.
marionette.
What about Sid from Toy Story, who fuses various toys together to create hideous abominations? This explains Mangle's 2 heads. I don't care how
You
much
leave that child alone.
Foxy,
He was just
no
creative.
one planned him to have 2 heads. In fact, note that Mangle appears in a girl's room. An insignificant
Thank you for the
think so, that she could be
wonderfully
children. This
timed
girl's
moan.
toys fall apart,
Spoon,
just
welcome
like
in.
Mangle, the tear apart, put back together toy. And toys explain FNAF 1 too. The crying child of FNAF 4 has 4 plushies in his room. The crew from FNAF 1.
Matt, get fucking real. Come on, man. Why are we here?
What are the original 4
Just
Is this
animatronics
real?
made out of?
Is this really? Every night I feel my arm, my leg, the brothers I've lost.
Plastic like the toys. So much so
Is this
that
really
the
what we're
ones we
dedicated to
care
spending
about that
14 minutes and 49 seconds on? Come on, man. There's 67 episodes. We gotta go.
Get washed, just like an overused and
Gotta pick up the
overloved
pace.
stuffed animal. But the parallels don't stop there. Why is Foxy out of order in FNAF
Spoon, you're
1?
late.
Well, the plushie he's based on is missing its head.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not catching up on this shit.
Abruptly
I'm not doing it.
It's awfully similar to the way the brother scares the crying child.
This has been the longest 2 hours and 27 minutes of my life.
Foxy mask, no less. And how's Golden Freddy fits into
Why
this?
are we
Well,
here?
in
Yeah,
the
he
hidden
was
FNAF 4
definitely
Easter
asking
egg,
that
we
this
see
year.
on the
Too
TV
soon.
that the
Too
show
soon it
Fredbear
hurts.
and
Too
Friends
soon.
features the Golden Fredbear alongside the core four of Foxy, Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica.
Come on,
That's your
man.
cast from the first game. The
He
dream
just
of
left.
FNAF 1 was inspired by this show and the plushies, hence it not
I think my favorite tweet thus far is, please respect his decision to graduate. If you hear Matt Pat's voice coming out of a V Shoujo idol, don't say anything.
disappears at will directly references Golden Freddy's ghostly behavior in FNAF 1 and 2. In fact, every game, design detail, and animatronic can be explained under this theory. The recurring elements of the phone
Honestly,
and the
I think he will
right there
debut
from some of his
with
favorite
a,
toys. The fact
with
that
a bear
no one
model.
in their right mind would work
Oh
in
my
a place
god,
like this.
what if he comes back as a FNAF fucking VTuber? I'm gonna lose my shit.
I quit. I can't fucking do this anymore.
Nah, nah, nah.
God damn
Oh my
it.
god.
God damn it.
The Shoujo's gonna announce him, and it's gonna be just.
Be advised, enemies have deployed Freddy Fazbear into the AO, and he's feeling a bit quirky tonight.
Oh my fucking god. Isn't he already technically a PNG tuber? Actually, yeah, I'm the one who made that tweet. Oh my god, yeah, no, he's like the godfather of PNG tubers already. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do after? He's graduating, he's being reborn.
How about the weird metaphysical hoops that you have to jump through to access FNAF 3's
No, he's gonna be the father of all the VTubers.
You fucking respect your elders, goddammit.
He's gonna come back in a Springtrap costume.
The idea that the animatronics stuff you into suits comes from this girl spreading the urban legend that if you
He will become his own grandchild.
endoskeletons come from his time trapped in the supply room. Balloon Boy is the dream version of this kid, excited to go to the birthday party. They even have a single balloon each. Even the oddballs of Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie fit under this theory. They're the product of the crying child being freaked
Matt
out
Pat,
by
come
the
on, we know
shadows
you're
that
just taking the
Golden
easy
Freddy
way
and
out.
Bonnie cast onto the wall. And while we're on the subject of shadows, Dream Theory even rolls up the purple guy. Let's pull in Scott's second clue. What is seen
That's
in
his
shadows
purple
is
banana.
easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. Yes, he could be
He's
referencing
what?
shadow animatronics, which
Purple
are
banana.
banana.
His little hand
what he's
thing.
more
It's
likely
not a phone.
referencing is purple guy helping a fellow employee put on the yellow suit. They're in
Yeah,
a dark
get your head out
He
of
thought
the
you
gutter.
were talking about cock. Straight up penis.
Yes.
You were talking about
violently
penis.
stuffed into a suit when it's just a
Yes.
mascot
I
putting
thought
on its
you
head.
were
Think
talking
about how
about Purple
dramatic
Guy's
it'd be if
mighty
you were a
penis.
kid and you were at Disneyland
Ginormous
I want to
dong.
check
suddenly take
about
off its
his
head.
ginormous
It would
dick.
blow
I wouldn't say
your
banana. I would
mind.
just
But
call
we
it a
all know
cock.
that there's no murder happening.
That's
It's
fair
just
enough.
employees going
Mechanical
about the daily
conch.
grind. In fact, that's why Purple Guy is purple. In the Atari-style games, shadows are represented.
Like to
not
imagine
in
that
black,
little clip
but with
right there is
purple,
not
as
his hands,
indicated by
that's
the
his
shadows
titties.
cast by the animatronics on stage. That's
God
why
damn it.
Shadow Freddy, Shadow
The
Bonnie, and
giant
even the
horse
innocent
cock
employee in
weighs
the dark
over
back
11
room,
pounds.
the shadowy purple guy, are such.
Why do you have that?
So was I.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Purple guy's purple guy.
One thing that was nagging me, it still felt like a convenient explanation,
Oh
but
my
not
God.
an
God.
intentional one. Not
I'm so
something
sorry,
that
Matthew.
stopped
What the
me
fuck are
from
you
laughing
talking
for
about?
series. All I needed was
Matthew
just
Patrick,
one
what are you
detail that
saying?
made everything fit together.
He's
But then,
trying to
while
speak to me,
writing
I
the
just know it.
it finally dawned on me. The nail in the coffin. The one piece of evidence that no one can deny and that, to my knowledge, no one has talked about in the months of theorizing. The detail that convinced me this theory has to be true. Are you ready to have your mind blown?
Alright, guys, buckle in.
The sound that you hear at the end of every night of the first 3 games. A grandfather clock chiming the same song every time. Why would the end of my shift in an office be signaled by a grandfather clock chime? It wouldn't, unless I was asleep, dreaming in my house with a grandfather clock right outside my room, just like the layout of the crying child's house we see in the FNAF 4 minigame.
If this were Ace Attorney, this is the point where like the cornered music would start playing.
That'd be so real because, like, when I was younger and the FNAF franchise was fresh, this shit blew my mind.
We're in a
Like
hospital trying to recover
like
from the
increasing the fucking.
pills
the fucking
ivy
the
and
light
flower
contrast
Easter eggs.
on that
No
picture,
hospital has a
I was
grandfather clock, but they're all
losing my
equipped with a
shit.
generic
I was like, oh my
Shut-
god, this
alarm
man's a
clock.
genius.
This, to me, was the missing link, the piece of evidence that took this theory from convenient explanation for a lot of the game's weirdness to definitive proof that this is what Scott intended. My heart is racing right now. I'm so excited about sharing this with you. It feels like finding the Rosetta Stone, the one detail that unlocks everything else in this huge mystery we've been trying to solve.
That's it, guys.
But at the same time,
We solved
it's
Five Nights at
bittersweet,
Freddy's.
right? Remember what I said at the
There
beginning of
will
the episode?
no more
We can
5 Nights
pack
at
up, we can go home,
Exactly.
we can
The other-
end the
Never again.
stream.
The other 59 videos, they do not exist.
There will
They're all
never
an
again
illusion.
be a night at Freddy's.
I don't cover dream and coma
No
theories
more
very
nights.
often for
No more
exactly
6
that
a.m.s.
reason. They're too easy, too flexible. Because it's all a dream, weird stuff can be written off.
It's all a
Logical
dream.
errors overlooked simply because it's not actually real. In the theory world, they're OP. They're hard to argue against and can be molded to fit any random collection of details. And for a game like FNAF, where us theorists have spent thousands of hours combing through all the details, making and remaking timelines, bending over backwards to make every last piece of information fit together across the 4 games, "it was just a dream" reveal invalidates all of that work. It says that none of it really mattered since none of it
Scott
really
was
happened,
sweating
and
when he
Scott
saw this
knows
video.
this. Let's look at a quote from Scott in his
Matthew,
update
you
on
have
Steam
no
regarding the
idea.
Halloween DLC for FNAF 4. Quote, "The story remains completely hidden. I guess most people assume..."
Can't wait for a new game to pop up this year, and he steps up for old time's sake. Jesus Christ, don't put him through that.
It's the pieces put together. But the bigger question
Leave
is,
my father
will the
alone.
community accept it that way?
I swear to
The
God,
fact
the
that
next
pieces have
time that they
remained
release
elusive
a
this time
FNAF,
strikes me as incredible
FNAF
and
game,
special.
you're
A
just
bit
gonna
of
send out a
confusion in
tweet.
some
You're just,
ways,
you know,
and because
don't
of
look at
that,
me.
I've decided
Don't look
that
at me.
some things are best
Don't look
left
at me.
forgotten forever. End quote.
2 words. I am retired.
Would the community accept it that way? He knows that "it's all a dream" explanation would fail to live up to our astronomical expectations. It's underwhelming.
Yeah,
What
he
about
he
the
does not
puppet?
look
What about
37
oddly
at any
specific
point in his
detail
life. He
of the
does not
paychecks?
look.
What about Scott confirming on Steam that
Jesus.
my FNAF 2 theory was almost
He's still
100%
just a boy.
correct?
He's
It's
a
this
baby
He's
boy.
just a boy.
accepted quote that makes me think Scott intended the dream theory to be official, but also understands that ever revealing it would be a huge mistake. Hence him keeping it locked in the box. I mean, you can already see it in the comment threads discussing earlier versions of the dream theory. People enraged by the sheer mention of this thing. Heck, you'll probably see it in this comment section. But it doesn't have to be that way. Sure, the nights themselves may be a series of dreams, but the lore contained within those dreams doesn't have to be.
What the fuck is with Peepaw Afton in FNAF 3? The way he just meanders up to the cameras. The audacity.
Somewhere. That crying child clearly saw
Well, I think he
something
was
that
the
made
main
him scared of
focus
these
because that was like
restaurants.
his
And then
son
how do the
playing
Atari
it,
games
wasn't
fit
it?
in? Are they just dreams?
I'm not gonna
Like
lie
his
to you,
son.
Chief. All of my knowledge about FNAF since starting this playlist has completely reset. I have to relearn everything all over again. I cannot answer that question. I can't. I have to have MatPat spell it out for me all over again.
Well, that one I'm pretty sure is just he comes back because the place got burnt down and he's looking for clues and he gets fucking starts
Yeah, I'm pretty
hallucinating
sure.
because the bitch can't breathe in there. Yeah, and he starts hallucinating his dad in the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the protagonist
train
of
track stuff.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
In dreams? They're not. In
I
recent
genuinely
episodes, I
cannot
found
remember.
clues that solidify the dream
I
theory,
rest
but
my case.
also the
I feel like a
mysteries that
failure.
we've all been
Like I should know this and I
overlooking
don't.
the FNAF timeline together. Scott's final
You
quote
need to do
about
better,
4
PP.
games, one
I'm
story
sorry.
may be a
How dare you.
reference to a crying child's
You're not a
nightmares
true
and
Matt Pat
eventual
fan.
death in the
I'm
hospital,
sorry.
But it can also be referencing the story of the game's primary struggle, the puppet and the purple guy. And next week, we're covering that on an all-new Game Theory Saturday the 19th at 3 o'clock
Oh,
p.m.
no.
Eastern Time, 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. That's noon for all of you currently trying to figure out whether that's midnight or noon. I know, I get it confused all the time too. Why am I telling you the time it'll be published and uploaded? Well, we're covering that story, followed up immediately by a live stream discussion where
Okay.
I, and hopefully a few
Goodbye.
sweet dreams. It's been half a year, so let's do this. Let's solve the secrets of FNAF Sister Location months before the game comes out.
God, if you were like present for this fucking release schedule. Jesus.
You just had to be there.
Yeah, literally you had to be there. Like, there's no other way. You had to be there.
Gaming mystery of 2016 before it even exists. For once, I'm gonna get the jump on you, Scott Cawthon, and here's how I'm gonna do it. We all
Okay.
know that Scott loves dropping
They kissed.
teaser hints
What are
on
you
his
jumping on other men for?
He's tipped his hand a bit too far. Enough for me to get a solid theory going on a lot of key elements we'll see hidden throughout his newest installment, Sister Location. And while some clues come from the teaser images and trailers themselves, the biggest revelations this time have come from the source code
this music?
on Scott's website. So get ready for a
Fucking Scooby-Doo chase music.
Scotty has in store, because by the end we'll have looked at every, and I mean every element of this franchise, from the original series of games to the novel to FNAF World to the ever-evolving
Novel. Singular.
No.
The novel. It was a simpler time. It was a simpler fucking time.
source code on scottgames.com in our attempt to expose the facts behind the next trip to Freddy's. Now, Scott hiding hints in the coding of his site is not new. It was the source code that started the whole bite of 83
Yeah?
versus 87 debate back during FNAF 4. But this time
I
it's
agree,
a bit more
I
than
agree.
just a
You
mere
don't know
hint
me.
of what's to come.
You don't
It
know
is
me.
a fully fledged
You don't know me.
So let's take this line by line. This first big chunk at the beginning starts off like a collection of letters and punctuation, but upon further inspection, you can make out repeated numbering patterns and letter combinations representing days of the week. When pieced together, it becomes a schedule looking like this, listing out the days when
The chunk of
electronics are
87.
either available, booked, needed for a private party, or mat, either in maintenance or needed for a matinee show. It's unclear which.
Or
It's
Matt
also worth
Pat
mentioning
of
that
Game
four
Theory fame.
animatronics are specifically called out here. BBY, Baby, BAL for Ballora, and FTF for both fun
The
type
chunk of
video
87.
Now,
Ew.
for those of you who don't follow every scrap of
Why'd you
information
say
about
it like
these
that?
games, let me explain. Reddit discovered that Scott had gone and copyrighted various names, presumably for these new animatronics. And here, we see it being confirmed. More on some of these guys in a minute. The thing I want to call out first is that there's clearly a fifth animatronic in this schedule, 05OOS, out of service. But who could this be? In the trailer, we only see 4 animatronics. Well, that's where this teaser...
How beautiful this series was before Circus Baby was born. I'm gonna say it.
A mask with glowing eyes and
Honestly,
a tangle of
yeah.
wires, almost like tentacles.
Circus Baby killed my dog and fucked my wife.
There's a little bit of me.
Nothing was the
That's
same after
crazy.
her.
Body, end quote. Notice the grammar here. It's not everybody, but everybody. This is our 5th animatronic, our out of service animatronic. I mean, look at it. This guy ain't being booked at any children's parties.
You're such a funny
Rude.
guy.
But that's not all we can conclude about
Matt
it.
Pat, you
Text
jokester.
indicates that a piece of him, his soul, his mechanisms, whatever, is in every other animatronic body. This could have 2 possible explanations. Either he's possessed the other animatronics and is controlling them, which would explain the "don't hold it against us" line from the teaser trailer we hear over and over again.
Don't hold it against us.
The reason the other animatronics have
I
life
don't know.
in the
She's
first
becoming
place.
British.
This pile of figures is kind of like the puppet from the original series,
Help.
giving gifts,
Help me.
giving life. Or maybe
The traitor.
this is the puppet, a new and rebooted version of the puppet. Now, stay with me here. One thing that we've largely forgotten about since his first appearance back in FNAF 2 is how the puppet
Matt
character
Pat, you're so
did
so
fit
desperate.
into
Don't leave
the
me.
FNAF world.
Don't leave
Sure,
me.
as it kept making appearances in game after game, we just kinda accepted its role. But seriously, think about it. FNAF 1 through 4 were all about animatronics with big, bulky bodies and an animal theme. But then
Big bulky what now?
thin and with a human face, complete with
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
you
it.
think about big,
crying eyes,
big
and
bulky bodies, Matt Pat?
features that we haven't seen on anything else until now. Fast forward to Sister Location and we see humanoid faces everywhere. Ballora and Baby, rosy cheeks, lipstick. And now look at Day of the Tentacle over here. Notice that the ears can detach.
I had to do him like that. He hasn't done anything yet. His game isn't even out yet. Come on, Matt.
Same silhouette that our puppet's face has had since the second game.
Ripping into his
the trailer for Sister
ass, dude.
Location
This is
very, very closely, you discover what may be a very cool Easter egg. In the reflection of Funtime Foxy's cheek, we see
Oh, no.
something. For all the other animatronics, it's a part of their body. For Ballora the ballerina, we see the reverse of her arm and earrings. For Baby, it's her finger and bow. But Foxy here is reflecting something that has a bright red dot besides two colored streaks, aka a bright red cheek and two streaming tear tracks. It's like that time we covered reflection mapping to find Super Smash Bros. Hidden location. Could that be the puppet's face reflection mapped onto the model of Foxy's skull? Regardless though, if you ask me, we haven't seen the last of the puppet.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. I don't see it, and I don't understand how you did either. But go off, King.
Sister Location might finally be giving us
Pop
the
off.
origin story we've long been waiting for. Now, hopping back to the source code, the next section shows us that there seems to be 3 file directories for various
Look,
clients.
you can't say that he didn't put in the fucking work. Look at this shit.
Birthday parties, and the third for
Man worked overtime.
Institute.
Really?
You can only assume Carmen Institute or Criminal Institute. This starts to tell us a lot about the setting and universe of Sister Location. First, many people have speculated that the industrial feeling setting shown during the trailer for the game is a factory for the robots. I think we can get a bit more specific. Considering the availability schedule that we just covered and the client folders with various needs for birthday party supplies, it feels like this new setting will be a storage facility and distribution center for the animatronics, responsible for shipping them out to various gigs across the Fazbear locations. The reference to
Goddamn gig economy taking up all our circus babies.
showing another spin-off location to the restaurants, but also strikes me as just that, a reference, a fun Easter egg, referencing the one animatronic who won't be appearing in this new game. So far, we've seen versions of Freddy, Foxy, and a Bonnie hand puppet.
Nope, wrong.
Chica has been noticeably absent. And honestly, I think it's gonna remain that way. For some reason, it just feels like she doesn't fit in this new world. And so the mention of Chica's party world is a fun wink and a nod to a character that will be sorely missed. But to
Nope,
me, of
wrong.
all this section, the most crucial client is the last one.
He
the
doesn't
CRMN
know.
Institute.
Nice try.
Notice
You
when
don't
look
know.
at it that it has a subfolder called Project. This, to me, is incredibly important since every teaser image Scott has posted on the site related to Sister Location has been
I think
labeled
this is another one of those like scenarios where he did plan to do that, but then he got called out and he's like, "Well, no, I don't wanna."
I went to an internet archive database and dug
But
through
now I'm
now
gonna do it.
I'm
Fuck
not
you.
gonna do it.
images from all of Scott's past
Well, now
games,
you ruined
only
the
to find
fun
that
of
his
it.
labeling system has been very consistent. His
Scott Cawthon's entire career is like when people complain like, oh, when I'm gonna go clean my room and then my mom tells me to clean my room, so I don't want to clean my room anymore. Like, that's just Scott Cawthon's entire fucking career.
FNAF World
It's
images
just
were
him
all
and Matt
labeled
Pitt.
FNAF
You're like, well,
World.jpg.
no, Matt Pitt
Images
said it.
about
No, I
the
don't
book
want to
were
do it. They're
labeled
gonna think I've
FNAF
listened to them.
novel.jpg.
Well, here I come out of his mouth that sounds stupid and I don't want to do it anymore.
Of simply store.jpg. The fact that
When he says it like
Sister
that.
Location images are all labeled project, and then
He's
there's
just
a
like,
tiny
"You're-"
entry hinting at some mysterious institute and a secret project going on there, says to me that if we're not headed to a distribution center, then we're going to a place where these guys are getting experimented on, which ties in with the trailer quote of these guys are being experimented on. A project at some mysterious institute.
You don't
You
say.
can bet that they're not happy about it. But perhaps the most crucial detail hidden in the source code is the last line. A line that blows the door wide open on the story for this new game. Service log, maintenance, CO, or care.
Y'all ready for this shit?
TN
Oh
Robotics.
no.
This is the point where he fucking loses it.
It's a good question. If you're like 99% of the fan base and only know the games, this might not ring a bell. But if you happen to buy and then make it through all 500 pages of the Five Nights at Freddy's Silver...
Let's back up a
500
little bit.
pages.
500 pages. When I was in like high school and I was reaching my like peak of like reading books, I was like finishing up the series I really loved. The final book in that series that I liked was 500 pages. That shit took me, somebody who read all the time, weeks to finish. 500, like, Scott is straight out the
Not an
gate.
exaggeration. Literally all the time.
Scott is straight out the gate. 500 pages? Mm-mm. Matthew Patrick is a stronger man than I, and he always will be.
Eyes novel, then that name sets off all sorts of alarms. You see, in the book, the Fredbear and Fazbear restaurants were founded by two men. The first is named Henry. He's the father of the main character and the creative half of the company, the one responsible for designing and building the robots that we all know and love. The other co-owner was, ready for this? William Afton, and he was in charge
William
of
Afton mentioned.
the restaurants, paperwork, taxes, things like that. So to see Afton Robotics in the source code teasing Sister Location is huge, because it means that the stories of Sister Location and Silver Eyes are linked. But get ready for this. Here's the bigger twist. By the end of the book, it's revealed that William Afton is what we fans of the game would know as the Purple Guy. Yeah, in the book, the Purple Guy is
Shut the fuck up.
who kidnaps and kills children while wearing Fredbear-themed suits. His first victim is Henry's son Sammy, followed by 4 other kids, whose souls eventually possess the infamous suits. So, through these source code teasers, not only has Scott confirmed that this new game will be tied to the lore of the book, but we'll be dealing with a robotics company founded by and named after the child-killing Purple Guy. Now that's already a huge mind blow, and I'm about to go further, but before I do, let's address the elephant in the room, the canonicity of the book. The internet, by and large, dismissed Silver Eyes under the assumption that Scott said it's not canon to the first 4 games, but that's not entirely true. If you read his entire statement, and I understand that it's hard for you, internet, since it's 3 whole paragraphs that aren't summarized with a TLDR line, he actually says, quote, sometimes
How far in are we? Cherry, I don't know how to break this to you. We're on episode 9 of perhaps 10, maybe more, depending on how we feel after 10. We have reached the point where
Really
my
not
eyes
far
are
enough.
melting in their sockets. We are somehow not far enough, but also like way too far in. This shit.
That you can't tell an original story anymore. The first 4 games and the books should be considered to be separate continuities, even if they do share many familiar elements. The book is canon just as the games are. That doesn't mean that they're intended to fit together like 2 puzzle pieces. The book is a reimagining of the Five Nights at Freddy's story. End quote. And this makes sense, right?
Stretch time. Oh my. Oh, fuck my back. Oh my god.
Every new toe added to Foxy means something. No, I'm not saying that's a bad
Shut the fuck up about his toes, man.
about your story, but it does become limiting when you make continuity errors.
The toes are important.
Fucking.
With the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming ever closer, it becomes even
Ever close. Please keep dreaming. Keep dreaming, Doggeroni and cheese. Did I miss the net crack? You unfortunately missed the net crack. That was right before we started. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Which builds out new characters, new faces, and new stories that can be told in the setting of these games. So yeah, the separate canonicity of the book
shoulders,
makes sense, but as Scott said, it's a reimagining. And
My rotator cuff's going on again. God damn it.
Based on that Afton clue we just saw, Sister Location is going to be bridging the line more and more. So does any of this matter? Yeah, actually.
Memphis Defense didn't actually ever actually claim that the toes meant anything. That is true.
Huge pieces start to fall in place. Let's start by working backwards. Based on the trailers and teasers, Sister Location's main animatronic is this clown girl, Baby. But the teaser trailer isn't the first time she
I clean for someone whose baby I'm 80% sure is named Baby.
Update 1.2, something we discovered in our playthrough of the game over on the GT Live channel.
Oh dear.
Once you collect all the characters and beat Chica's Magic Rainbow, long story not worth explaining, you're immediately taken to a cutscene where a mysterious figure at a desk apologizes to you for creating a robot that cannot be deactivated.
I just like sat up doing that stretch just now. Like my fucking back, dude. I don't know what I did to it.
Before cutting back to the room to see the desk
After this video, you gotta stretch.
presumably killed by Baby. Now, many people assume that Desk Guy was Scott Cawthon since he's the creator of the animatronics and the mini-games that you play in FNAF World. However, it'd be weird for Scott to kill himself. Plus, the dialogue from the FNAF in Space minigame, yes.
However, it'd be weird for Scott to kill himself. Yeah, Matt, let's go with that.
Again, FNAF World is a weird game. Seems to imply that Scott is a separate entity from this Desk Guy creator figure. So if Desk Guy isn't Scott Cawthon, then who else could he be? Well, now that we know that Baby and Sister Location both have ties to Silver Eyes, we can actually identify who this mysterious creator of FNAF World is. He's Henry.
Henry Emily, let's go.
Yippee.
Well, not only is he the
Yippee.
Phrase in the book. Stricken with grief over the death of his son, Henry commits suicide in the living room by letting one of his animatronics kill him. One that remains nameless in the book, but is clearly not any of the core 6 of Freddy, Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, Golden Freddy, and Golden Bonnie. In other words, Henry the creator is killed in his home by a mysterious new animatronic, just like we see happen to Desk Guy in FNAF World. The events just line up. Now that's all the stuff that I feel really confident about. But now let's have some
Todd Howard voice. It just
I don't
works.
think that this is where Sister Location is headed, but there is enough of an evidence thread to take us to some awesome
King
extremes.
Crimson?
So let's have a little bit of fun with this, shall we? First, notice how Baby is introduced to us at the end of FNAF World as 2 yellow eyes in the dark. And what's the first image we see in that game? 2 yellow eyes in the dark, along with the iconic ending line from FNAF 4, I will put you back together. It's also the last thing that we see in the true ending to the game. 2 yellow eyes saying, I will put you back together. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's no way that those are Baby's eyes. One, why would she say that when she wasn't even in FNAF 4?
Why would she
Two,
say
we know
that?
that line and those eyes belong to the imaginary friend, Psychic Friend Fredbear. He's here,
He's there, he's everywhere. Who you gonna call? Psychic friend Fredbear.
Don't be so sure. Let me remind you of something. In the FNAF 4 cutscenes, each character has a specific color for their dialogue. Number 7,
I'm like fucking sweating all of a sudden. Jesus.
FFFF for crying
He found
child,
it.
57
He finally found it.
FF for the brother's friend, etc. Psychic
It's
friend
been.
Fredbear's
It took him like
dialogue
3
for
episodes.
all of his lines is always the FFFF57 shade of yellow. And yet, for the final lines of You're Broken, We're Still Your Friends, I will put you
Down
back
to the
together,
shade.
a different
You're mentally
shade
ill,
of
Matt
yellow.
Pat.
FFFFA0. Similar, yes, but definitely different from Fredbear. So very intentional.
I think you're allergic to this stuff. Why? Because after watching like 9 episodes, I'm suddenly afflicted. I have an affliction. I have a status condition from watching this.
The one who knows that the animatronics come to life and get stuffed with dead bodies. Coincidence? Yeah, or at least we all thought so last year. But look at her design. Dressed in a skirt with reddish pigtails and big green eyes. Just like the design of Baby. You hear that? The collective sound of minds being blown across the internet. But if the glowing eyes, shared dialogue color, similar designs, and repeated line of I will put you back together didn't convince you, it doesn't stop there. Remember the biggest lingering question from FNAF 4? The girls' room? No one had an explanation for it. I didn't have an explanation for it. And yet Scott felt it was important enough to the lore of the story to show us. And now we might actually know why. What if the girl is a part of the crying child's family? First, it would explain why we would see her color of dialogue reappearing in his final moments. As a family member, she would be there in the hospital with the boy as he tries to recover. And if she shares a connection with Baby, it would also tie together the random presence of Mangle in the room. One of the other key animatronics we see in Sister Location trailer is Funtime Foxy, which we can confidently say is an intact model of what will eventually become Mangle. Again, we're looking at the major details. Yes, some things may or may not be there. Notice the lipstick, the red cheeks, and painted fingernails on Funtime Foxy, all of which reappear on Mangle. So in the 2 games, we would have Baby and Foxy linked. Is it a stretch? Absolutely, but then again, this is Scott we're talking about. To me, though, the coolest part about this connection would be in the name of the game. This whole time, we've been assuming that Sister Location was referencing some other spin-off chain of restaurants, or, like I said earlier, a storage and distribution center for the robots. But if the pigtail girl's soul is trapped in Baby, and she was indeed the sibling of Crying Child, the phrase Sister Location takes on a whole new meaning. This is her game, a game about one sister's soul trapped in the Baby animatronic getting revenge for her brother's death. Just don't hold it against her. You don't know what she's been
right.
through. Or maybe
At least.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
that's just a theory.
It's called Sister Location because like the child has a sister, and that's just like here's the fucked up part is that he's half right and I fucking hate it.
Exactly. That's the great part of it.
Maybe the girls are there because the crying child or his brother are trans. That's their old room. Something to think about. Listen, if my parents cared enough about my queerness to give me an entire new room it'd be like leaving my entire life behind. It'd be crazy. You know the kind of money you need for that kind of shit? In this economy? In Reagan's America? Oh my god. The ball's in your court, Scott. Don't fucking say that shit. Don't say that. Not in Scott Condon's game. No, no, no. Not in this Scott Condon game. Christ.
Maybe in the next one, but not this one.
Not this one, bestie. Low, strange cello music plays me when I walk into a room. Next video, please.
When it gets dark, they will awaken. The children's spirits will rise. They will kill you. I'll just walk out in the morning, stepping over your corpses one by one. You are intruders. None of you will survive the night. And what makes you think they won't kill you? Because I am one of them.
Uh-huh. Where the fuck did that
Yeah,
come from?
Meppa?
Huh?
Anything else you'd like to share with class? Welcome to Game Theory. He doesn't know.
Because I can practically guarantee I put more collective hours of thought into counting animatronic toes, tracking eye colors, listing out the differences between pizzerias, diners, and rental services, parsing out your phone guy calls, and counting and recounting again the number of dead child carcasses left in your story's wake than literally anyone else out there. I mean, I've even gone so far as to do the unthinkable for these sister location videos. That's right, I reread The Silver Eyes. In an ironic twist, it took long.
He read The Silver Eyes twice.
He's already lost.
That's 1,000 pages.
That's 1,000 pages of literature about Five Nights at Freddy's. About Freddy Fazbear. He read that shit twice. My fucking god.
He's already lost. He's past recovery.
Hey, Pippi, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
For this, should I put Pluto in like official Pluto clothes or like comfy at home Pluto?
You're not gonna like my answer, actually. It's up to you.
You suck.
I mean...
Pato. Pato.
Alright.
Listen.
Now I'll do my best.
Which clothes should I do? Official? Which the official clothes are just overcomplicated as fuck, or the comfy clothes? Home clothes.
How do you want to be represented on my channel? Because let's be honest, you ain't showing up anywhere else.
Period. You're right.
That
You're
hurts.
exactly right.
But alright. Just do the comfy clothes.
Comfy clothes? Okay. Period.
You can always just like draw
Thank you,
another one if you
Pato.
don't like it.
You're welcome.
Shout out to Pato for actually being helpful.
Get the fuck off my stream. Get out of here. I'm busy watching Pat.
My bad.
Shoved into this 4-hour experience. And you know the conclusion that I've reached? That your version of events isn't satisfying. That any theory I come up with that attempts to...
Damn, Pato. You just got that Who's Pato from Spoon.
Damn,
Shit,
Spoon,
dog.
I love you too, bitch. Go fuck yourself.
Damn.
Boom, what the fuck?
You, damn. My god. There are marital problems happening in my chat tonight.
For once, it's not us.
For once, it's not us. I'm allowing that. That can stay.
This one just tried too hard to do too many things. You've got elements of the past 4 games mixed in with FNAF World, mixed in with the book, all of which at this point have questionable canonicities, conflicting storylines, and competing dates. Couple that with characters that mimic other characters, characters that lie to you, and characters that may not even exist across the different story threads of the franchise, and it's unclear if this is a continuation of the books, if it's a continuation of the games, or just an outright reboot of some kind. The best analogy I can think
219 and I'm already lost. I was lost in the fog of love lost and found again.
Honestly, it could have been easy. With Scott saying that the original story was completed with FNAF 4, we could have just
God,
said that
audio mixing is just not good this stream. Come on. Speak up, MatPat.
couldn't help yourself, Scott. You just had to throw in those FNAF 4 Easter eggs, huh? And those put everything into chaos. And it's not just me feeling it. Based on what I'm reading online, a lot of FNAF theorists sense that the lore contained in Sister Location is a game changer, but then they don't exactly know why or what to do with it. Struggling under the weight of explaining away Ennards and babies, Mikes and Williams, casual bongos and exotic butters. What's an Easter egg, what's a tongue-in-cheek reference, and what is actual canon? So understandably, there's some confusion about what's actually going on in this game.
Shout out to the popcorn PNG.
What I'm out to solve in these videos. Picking Sister Location apart to definitively put together which details matter and why this is such a monumental game for the franchise's lore. So go ahead, keep your plots vague and convoluted, Scotty boy. I'm here to translate your
Scotty boy.
Scotty boy.
Kiss already. Jesus.
Kiss already, man. You're gay as shit.
madness to the world. First off, who are we playing as?
Scotty C, Scotty boy.
There are those like Mike and Fritz who, for all we can tell, were just names with the sole purpose of filling out the "to" line on a paycheck. Sure, they may have been retconned into some importance now, but they were
There is a way.
that way. Then there was the crying child of FNAF 4, hospitalized and trapped in a waking nightmare. Slightly more important, I would hazard to say. And the game recognizes this as, during your first encounter with the new animatronic baby, she calls out,
"It's a strange thing to want to do, to come here. I'm curious what events would lead a person to want to spend their nights in a place like this, willingly.
Wasn't she British in the last video?
Maybe ignorance."
I swear to God she was.
I swear to God she was.
more important than any of the rest of the games in the franchise, since it practically
The whispers
dictates
wasn't
every
her
other
voice.
element of this story. Why you're
She
there,
was like,
what
you
the
have
game
no
is, what
idea
the
what
story
we've been
stands
through.
for, how this fits into the
Yeah,
overall timeline.
the whispers was not her
Yeah,
voice.
Pot.
Now, personally,
I was
based
gonna say
on what
Pato
I
just said.
first guess is to say that we're playing as Rick Astley, and Scott is just committing the most elaborate Rick roll in history.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the fucking MatPat blasting through my ears right now. Like,
The whispers was not baby's voice.
it's fucked up.
In Sister Location, we play as William Afton, Purple Guy himself.
Purple
And no, I'm
Guy.
not just saying that because the eyes in the ending are purple, like literally everyone else on the internet's been saying. Sure, it's a nice detail that may hint at Scott's intentions, but it's not proof. For proof, we begin by turning to the in-game dialogue. On your quest to unlock the game's fake ending, the animatronics taunt you with these little bits of dialogue, spoken by a young girl in a British-sounding accent.
I'm still here.
God damn it.
Is this why you came here? To be with her again.
So we know that whoever the player is has some sort of connection to this mysterious young girl. But who is she? Well, throughout the game, between nights, we hear the same girl pressing her father to let her play with baby, saying things like,
Daddy, just once let me go play with her. She's so pretty and shiny. Didn't you make her just for me?
From that small snippet, we can not only tell that our character is her father, but that he's also in some way the creator, or has some level of control over the animatronics. This in turn narrows the field down by quite a bit to two men, William Afton and Henry... no last name given, the two co-founders of Fazbear Entertainment as introduced in FNAF Silver Eyes. By the way, low blow, Scott, forcing people to read in order to have any sort of clue as to what's going on in the franchise now? Because seriously, without reading the book, you would have no clue the importance of William Afton. Oh well, that's what I'm here for. I read it so you don't have to. Kind of like the nostalgia critic. Anyway,
Don't say that. Matt, don't say that.
similar dialect at the beginning of the game.
She can dance. She can
She can sing.
She's
She's equipped with a built-in helium tank full of inflating balloons right at her fingertips.
It would seem as though we have ourselves a match.
You are the father.
But let's not be too hasty there, Maury. We can be even more sure. In the game's real ending, you get yourself tricked, becoming animatronic fodder as the machines scoop out your internal organs and replace
We can be even more sure because I fingered Scott Cawthon's asshole and tested the DNA in my personal laboratory.
stories when we beat the game. Here I am wanting to finish my night and return home to my basket of exotic butter, but no, that's reserved for the fake ending. Becoming a flesh suit is somehow canon to the series. I wanted to write it off as jumping the shark, like, hey, we're getting a little
Only a British guy would be this evil.
this is a franchise built on haunted animatronics chasing you through a pizza restaurant after they've been killed by a serial killer hiding in a mascot suit filled with killer springs. So, crossing the line of absurdity? Yeah, I think we're long past it at this point. Becoming a flesh suit is an oddly specific event to be integral to the lore, and yet there it is. So we're left with two options. Scott's either completely lost it at this point, or he has some other plans for this character. And indeed, he does. As the novel once again shows us why this odd story turn is so important. In its pages, we're treated to all sorts of lines that make it clear Mr. Afton is the one who gets himself stuffed. Page 407, quote,
Why are you saying it like that?
It was as if the guard...
He's the one who gets himself
stuffed.
He got stuffed by Freddy Fazbear.
And again,
For
2 pages
real.
later, quote, Dave...
I got stuffed by Fetty Fast Bear, and all I got was a stupid t-shirt.
Long story. Anyway, just go with it. Dave's body moved upward, straightening, but the movement was too smooth. He seemed to make no effort, use no muscles, and exert no energy. Dave's eyes opened steadily, glassy, and without emotion, like the robots on the stage outside.
This guy thinks Scott plans things. Hey, get a load of this guy.
The book makes a huge deal about Afton's eyes. Over and over
he
again.
did get a load of it.
John describes seeing Afton kidnap his friends on pages 120.
That's it. The stream is over. We can't do this anymore. Damn it.
22, quote, the eyes. They were all I could see. They were dead, just dull and flat. Like they still moved.
Hey, wait a minute. Did Scott fucking write these books? Wait, hold on. I need an answer to this now. Did Scott Cawthon write the FNAF books? Silver Eye specifically. The terrifying animatronics and Dark Cloud have enthralled gamers and inspired many spin-offs. A series of books as well, co-written by FNAF creator Scott Cawthon, along with author Kira Breed Risley. Okay. Knowing that there was someone else, that explains a lot, because I'm like, listen, he was like shitting out games left and right. Where the fuck did he have the time to write a 500-page novel?
But whatever was
Not for real.
had died a long time ago. End quote. Died a long time ago, you say? Like perhaps in an underground murder bunker, doubling as a robotic distribution center, perhaps. Now, real quick, let's pause.
Yeah, no, something like that, man.
Entered Baby and the gang, guys. We're gonna have a bit of an intervention here. If your goal is to blend in with the outside world and look like us, look like any other human,
Now?
to go with the purple.
Should we have had an intervention like a long time ago?
Artificial intelligence.
Don't worry about it.
Artificial idiots. Do your homework.
Got her ass.
Damn.
I mean, seriously, you have a blue-eyed animatronic just waiting to go. Look, there's Foxy. He has brown/orange eyes. Great. Anyway, I digress. Who am I to judge? Maybe we're all just left to assume that Afton walks around in those cool colored contacts. Anyway, it's not just the eyes that give away Afton as the animatronic's meat puppet. His overall physicality has undergone a drastic change over the years as well. On page 418, we hear that Afton started off robust and lively, a hefty man who had the ruddy geniality.
Bro, what now?
Financially shrewd Santa Claus.
Robust.
Financially shrewd Santa Claus.
Think it was
no one
pretty
said the
clear.
writing of this book was any good. There's clearly a
No
reason
one
why
said that writing was any good.
Damn!
God, his
on
ass.
Amazon Kindle, they actually show you the most popular highlighted sections, and like they all drop off by midway through the book. So I can only assume that I'm the only person who made it all the way through. The things I do for you.
Kinda
Anyway, soon
sad.
after our financially shrewd Santa Claus is accused of murder, he's released due to no
God
bodies
damn
being
it, Spoon.
found, and then he skips town. However, when he comes
Banned.
back, he's a changed person.
Mercy about to
Afton had been fat
robust.
and affable. The man in the picture was sallow and thin, his skin sagging, and his expression unpleasant, as if he had forgotten how to smile. He looked like a poor facsimile of himself. End quote. So when he comes back to town, he's not only lost a ton of weight, but he looks like a poor copy of himself? So that's us reading the subtext of these lines, but you don't even have to read between those lines. Afton tells us directly in the quote I used at the top of this episode. Quote, "And what makes you think they won't kill you?" John said again. "Because I'm one of them," he said. I mean, let's face it is hard to argue with that one. He is outright saying he is an animatronic. Reading the book the first time, you all assume it's like, oh, he has a kindred spirit with these animatronics because he loves them so much and he dresses as one and this and that. But oh no, after playing Sister Location, it takes on a whole new meaning. Now, there are two major complaints against the Afton theory. One, that Baby's first lines are,
I don't recognize you. You are new.
and two, that none of it makes sense if Afton bleeds out in Springtrap in FNAF 3. But there's an easy answer for both of these situations. First, think back to the FNAF world ending, where
What are you, stupid? He's a robot. Robots don't die, stupid. Duh.
William Afton's partner in the Freddy Fazbear's
Idiot.
franchise confesses
Fucking
to Billy
idiot.
Baby he's the creator, the one Baby would be most familiar with and not necessarily Afton. So Baby not recognizing Afton isn't all that much of a stretch. And regarding Purple Guy's death, we see in the book that William is covered in scars. Scars left over from surviving one major round of Springtrap failures. Quote, David been shirtless under the costume and now his
He
bare
said,
chest
nah,
is
I'd live.
clearly visible. His skin was horribly scarred, with raised white lines that scored his flesh in a symmetrical pattern, each side of his body mirroring the other. He raised his arms and turned slowly in a circle, giving Carlton ample time to see that the scars were everywhere. Also note that we never actually see Springtrap die in FNAF 3, just collapse into his own pool of blood and shiver there. The light never drains from his eyes. And Silver Eyes shows that it's not only possible, but that William has indeed survived a Springlock failure in the past. So could the FNAF 3 incident be the reason he has all those scars in the book? Absolutely. Also, according to the timelines, the events line up. All of the events of Silver Eyes take place in 1995, placing it long after any events that we've seen in the games thus far, with the exception of Fazbear's Fright, which may have been a hallucinogenic dream sequence anyway. So all in all, cool story, bro. We play as Purple Guy in Sister Location.
Thank you for selecting Casual Bongos.
But why? What does all this mean for the plot of the game? It actually explains a lot, but from here it also tends to get really complicated. Because now we're dipping into the FNAF 4 surveillance footage, FNAF 4 locations being tied to Sister Location, child experimentation, and the identities of Baby and Ennard. So instead of rushing my way through it to get it all done in time, I'm gonna pause right here and hold all those explanations for the next episode. Now that we know who is playing the game, we need to know why and how it affects the rest of the series as we know it. So click that basket of exotic butter to subscribe and be informed of when the next half of this theory comes out. And in the meantime, listen to these casual bongos and do me.
No thanks. Okay, we're gonna do one more, so that way we're not, like, leaving off on a cliffhanger. I know. It's the fucking desperation. I can't possibly live without knowing what happened in the next episode of Game Theory, but yeah, it's gonna be fucking reasonable about it. Then we're gonna raid. Yeah, that's it. It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to say? I have work in the morning. God damn it.
Isn't this why you came here to be with her again?
Daddy,
Don't you remember what you saw happening?
Daddy, why did you make me British?
Today.
Hello, Internet. Welcome.
It's complete. Yeah, no.
7 million
Wrong.
strong. And a lot of that is thanks to this franchise. More often than not, when I talk to people about their favorite episodes of this series, it's these. Young, old, it doesn't matter. The FNAF series was their first introduction. So I always feel a lot of pressure on these
Unrelatable.
to deliver in a big way. You know, looking back, they're some of my personal favorites. Not only am I proud of the final product, but I'm proud of what they represent. As the FNAF series has been a true team effort, branching out across every person who has ever touched this channel, spanning every editor who's ever worked on an episode of Game Theory, getting you loyal theorists involved with pitching theories, and covering every style of theory that I personally write. For more IRL episodes,
Every time he does this, every time he does this, like, oh, I'm so appreciative. Like, you know, this has meant so much to you. Blah 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 blah. It, like recontextualizes how many fucking FNAF videos this man has fucking made, because we have just hit the double digits, like just now. 3 hours in, we've hit the double digits. Granted, we've been pausing a little bit, but like, he really thinks it's the end. Exactly. It's girl, what happened? how did it come to this?
more lore-based ones. We've used everything from books to spin-off titles, real-world math and science to source code analysis, teaser images, trailer hints, and even UX.
He really thinks there isn't it.
Looking across this series, it's incredible the breadth that we've gone to. And to think, I almost never covered this series to begin with. It was going to be Slender, but then you guys, you loyal theorists, encouraged me to look into
Why
it.
wasn't it
All based
Slender,
on a
Matt?
simple Twitter poll. You guys made it happen, and the rest is
Twitter.
history. Funny how life goes sometimes. Anyway, like I said, I feel a lot of responsibility with these episodes, but I think today is my favorite of the whole series, because now we finally have all the pieces necessary to tell a coherent plot. It's not just some corpse kids and silent puppets and mauve
Damn.
murderers who don't say anything. We have personalities now, actual character, and most importantly of all, motivation. Motivations for why a serial killer would create
Virgil
a place
approves.
like Sister Location. And believe it or not, the answer is actually quite sad. So the question of the day is, can a game make you feel sympathy for a child murderer? Because once you
Nope.
have the complete story,
Nope.
you might just see Purple Guy in a whole new light. One line across this entire franchise answers everything. I will put you back together. But before we get to all of that, let's back up a bit. Last time we established that William Afton, Purple Guy himself, is who you play as in Sister Location, and the
Not
one
if they're
eventually gets
British.
himself scooped. We also established that he once had a daughter who got herself killed at the hands, or should I say at the metal claw grip, of Baby. But there is so much more hidden in this game than that. By playing through the game and unlocking Sister Location's secret private room, players get treated to a shocking Easter egg. By typing the date 1983 into the keypad besides the monitors, the static blazes to life, revealing blurry footage of the FNAF 4 house, the plush trap hallway, Foxy's closet, and creepiest of all, the crying child's bed. We also get a clue as to how this is being done. Sitting there on the desk is none other than our good old friend, Psychic Friend Fredbear. He's here, he's there.
Here he's everywhere. Who you gonna call? Psychic Friend Fredbear.
A little less psychic this time and a little more plush, cradling what appears to be a remote control. Now, many have said that this is a walkie-talkie, but it is, in fact, a camera control. Notice the buttons on top. Those are switchers, allowing you to switch between the different cameras you have placed in the environment. The wheel on the bottom presumably allows you to turn the cameras or potentially focus them. The Fredbears from FNAF 4 are just that. Fredbear plushes equipped with hidden security cameras, something mothers are using all the time these days to monitor their children, and also getting themselves hacked while doing it. See also the Watch Dogs episode. Creepy stuff. But that begs the question, why would anyone
Oh,
have
Matt.
remote monitoring of a child's bedroom programmed to run into a secret
He's such a
room in an
nerd.
underground
I love
animatronic
him.
storage facility?
Fucking
And also, why that
geek ass.
Nerd.
Give me your fucking lunch money, goddammit.
house that's connected to
No,
Circus
actually.
Baby's rentals? You heard that right. Sister Location is under the FNAF 4 house. During the Freddy...
Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something? I literally
Say.
all of the things that we sorry, privacy violation, friend. Out of all the secrets that like get revealed, this shit, the fact that like Sister Location is underneath the FNAF 4 house, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. This is the dumbest thing. Like, why? Why is it that way?
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
anywhere else and function virtually the fucking same. I hate this about this game. Why is it under the house? This is dumb. This is stupid.
Maker Room Challenge, we're presented with a map of the facility. We see the entrance elevator, main hub area, and the various holding rooms branching out all around it. But what we also see, more faintly, are 3 other areas. Maps that should look pretty familiar to fans of this series.
You're stupid!
Path to Fredbear's and the crying child's bedroom from FNAF 4. No joke. Just like the vent system
No
maps in
joke.
previous games, the faded diagram would imply that all of this is located on a different level than Sister Location, i.e. above it. And as we can see, not just above it, but connected to it. In fact, while we were too busy freaking out over the ever-nearing Funtime Freddy, most gamers overlooked that as a part of that minigame, we were responsible for returning power to those areas of the map. They were even labeled Observation 1 and Observation 2. Observation? Observing what? It just gets creepier and creepier. Now,
These
before I
nuts.
go
Got
saying
'em.
that an underground facility attached to a house is
Shut up.
far-fetched, it's actually something
Not that
supportive,
actually making you laugh.
as I guarantee everyone overlooked while reading it. Page 118.
She
Our
did.
main
I really
character,
wasn't
Charlie, is
expecting
outside
it.
her teenage home, which is also home to Henry, co-founder.
You really
of
got him.
Wendy's. While exploring her father's animatronic workshop,
Got
we
me
get the
good.
following
Fuck.
quote. She yelled again and put her hand on the ground, fishing around until she found a small screw in the bare dirt. She palmed it, then looked closer. There were small holes in the ground, exposed when she moved the loose dirt. Charlie ran her fingers over them, thoughtful, end quote. Tiny holes hidden under the dirt of an animatronic workshop, huh? It's an oddly specific detail that never gets mentioned again. And
Imagine if FNAF was just the most elaborate These Nuts joke designed specifically to get Matt Pat. What are you talking about? It already is. Why do you think he's retiring?
workshop, I think
He's
It
quitting
is.
while he's ahead.
hidden trapdoor, or more accurately,
He's had enough.
secret entrances. Could this be a hint as
He
to a
figured it
secret
out,
entrance
but he just didn't want to say anything, otherwise Scott would change the punchline.
sister location? In fact, we can prove using more details from the book that it is still being used by Afton. Earlier in that same chapter, Scott makes sure to drop a few more hints that seemingly never go anywhere. But we all know Scott better than that, right? And now that we have sister location to reference, these little details
Do we?
start to make a whole lot more sense. Quote, the benches were there where her father had assembled and tweaked his invention.
Sick of
but
this
the
shit.
materials, the blueprints, and the half-finished robots that were once crammed onto every surface had disappeared. Where are they? End quote. So we have missing blueprints and partially finished bots that have just disappeared, but it continues. Quote, Charlie, John said from across the workshop. He was in the dark corner.
Charlie?
If the skeleton had been there, it could have reached out to touch him, but it's not there. Notice the italics here. This isn't something that we're doing for effect in the video. This is actually straight from the book. Time and time again, Scott and the team working on this book are emphasizing these lines as though they're pointing to a greater mystery here, that someone has stolen these materials and are using them for their own devices, that they're hidden somewhere in this world. But it's a mystery that never gets solved within the pages of the book. But perhaps most importantly of all is a paragraph a few sentences later that pulls all these clues together and may finally give us an answer as to what is in the box. You know, the
Okay, Matt Pat.
box.
Yeah, this is it. We're gonna figure out what's in the box now, Matt Pat.
He stepped away as she came over, giving her space. Charlie knelt down before it. It looked
It's been
as if it had
11 long episodes. You really deserve it.
stained wood, glossy. All the tools were polished and clean. They looked as though they had just been used that morning.
This is
Wiped
like over the
down,
course of
put away
2 years
meticulously,
too.
like someone still cared for them. End quote.
Wait, when did this one come out? The last time we checked, we were in the 20. We were in 2015. Oh, it is now 2016. Damn, he's been.
Damn.
Hold on, wait. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. 7 years. Wait a minute. The first 11 took like 2 years. And then the other 7 were. Jesus Christ. He really amped up production,
Yeah,
huh?
man.
Despite supposedly
Yeah,
going
he was
unused
cooking.
for 10 years, hints at a trap door and William Afton lingering around the town in disguise. Quite simply, the pieces here add up. But again, that's hints that we can glean from the book. The bigger question here is, why would Afton be spying on the FNAF 4 house in the games? Well, because it's his. As we established last episode, you play as Purple Guy, and each night you go back
Purple
to your
Guy.
retro-themed house. At first, these cutscenes seem like they should just be absurd breaks from the spoopy action of the main game.
Clara, the baby isn't mine.
But look closer and you notice the details of the room. In particular, a very ugly lamp. A very ugly, very familiar lamp.
Damn.
that we saw
The lamp didn't do shit to you, man.
Leave
Scott
the lamp
did.
in our hearts,
alone.
this
Fuck.
is Afton's house. And from his underground private room, he's observing his kids. Crying child, the older brother, and the girl who eventually becomes baby. As I suspected in my prediction video for this game, this truly is a sister location. A sister's location. And from there, all
Shut
the parts
up.
start to
Stop
fit
saying
together.
that shit.
Let's retell this story from the beginning now that we have all the pieces. Remember what will happen if he catches you. It's a line we hear repeated over and over again throughout FNAF 4, and now we know why. Crying Child has seen Golden Bonnie abduct children multiple times in the past. This moment in the back room that we all debated about whether or not it was a murder is in fact a child kidnapping. Silver Eyes proves it as it shows that Purple Guy kills by trapping the kids in spring-lock suits. Quote, Carlton was wedged inside the heavy, barrel-shaped torso of a mascot costume, the headless top half of some kind of animal. His arms were trapped inside the torso section, pinned to his sides.
Wait. Carlton is a child? William Afton
You
strips
didn't-
off his clothes and flexes his scars in front of a child. Carlton's a teenager. I mean, it's not the worst thing he does to a child, but it's still weird.
Position. He could feel pieces of
Yeah.
metal that pressed against his back.
That's weird.
Dave said to Carlton, if you trigger those spring locks, two things will happen. First, all the locks will snap right into you, making deep cuts all over your body. And a split second later, all the animatronic parts they've been holding back will instantly be driven into your body. You'll die, but it will be slow. Having witnessed a scene similar to this, the boy is justifiably terrified, trying to avoid the pizzeria at all costs. But it's kinda hard when your father is one of the owners. Meanwhile, William Afton knows that he's been found out, hence the observation monitors and security Fredbears. He needs to be sure of his son's movements, even when he's at work, be it above ground or below. I mean, the guy may be a killer, but it's not like he could just kill his son, even if he was the witness to a gruesome murder at the restaurant. But Afton's problem gets solved prematurely.
Hello.
Chomp of 83.
How's it going? Welcome to the pond.
Very animatronics he also loved, leading us to one fateful promise.
Who are you welcoming in?
Together. We've analyzed this line
New follower.
past theories because it's not only the final line.
I promise it's not always this miserable in here.
It's super important to this franchise, but because it's also
I'm good. How are you? I'm doing as well as I can on 3.5 hours of uninterrupted game theory.
Who said it, and more importantly, why? It was Afton. I will.
This is your idea. Might I remind you?
I know. This was my idea. You guys paid for this. Spoons paid for this.
Again? And the Funtime animatronics, not built for entertainment or for being worn, but built to help Purple Guy save his son. Built for capture. Although no one has yet found.
What'd you ask, Pato?
In the game, if you dig
How much was it again?
files, you find a set
I think $200. Hold on, wait.
and special features. Not only are they enormous,
I think I still have the file somewhere.
in some instances, certainly bigger than a small child, but they're also equipped with things like 360-degree tracking,
Let me
parental
see here.
voice mimicking, and storage tanks. Look closer
Yep.
at wireframes.
$200. 200 buckaroos for this
My God.
wonderful 5-night excursion.
Rolled up, hidden in Fredbear's stomach.
That's
Captured
crazy.
alive, ready to be experimented on. Because
Thank you all for your support. I'm so appreciative, for real.
himself, he's doing it to recover his son, to figure out the secret of fusing souls into animatronics. You heard me. Afton wants to
Oh,
unlock
the Soul Juice episode.
gifts, giving life. And if that seems like a stretch, just look at the number of sentient, independent, and fully aware robots in Sister Location. You not only have the core set, but
I
there's
love
also
the Soul
baby
Juice
babies and
arc.
mini Renas. Tens of sentient animatronics moving against their programming. And unlike past games where we received explanations like anti-criminal systems, dying guys in murder suits, or the products of a nightmare, here they just kinda exist. Why? Well, Baby tells us over and over in the trailer for Sister Location. Before the game's release, we had no idea, but now we do know what they've been through.
Soul Juice? Oh, are you not caught up?
Controlled shocks.
Oh, you haven't heard?
Dozens of children
The FNAF
Oh, you
Soul
haven't
Juice.
heard?
Oh, you haven't heard?
Programming that told them to collect. Also that Afton could learn the secret to reawakening lost souls. As we see in Silver Eyes, he knows it's possible as he's not shocked at all when the animatronics come to life at night. Quote, "They're home with me." Dave's voice was coarse, and the large mascot head slid forward and tilted as he spoke. Their happiest day. All they know is that you're here, trying to take away their happiest
Buckle
day.
in.
You are intruders, end quote. And as evidenced by the animatronics crawling throughout Sister Location, he succeeds in his goal. But in doing so, he pays the ultimate price, losing the second of his children, his daughter.
Fucking idiot. I simply wouldn't kill my kids.
Away from the robots.
I don't know anything about FNAF. Oh my god, you're in for a ride. You're in for a ride. That's all there is to say. This is like watching history happen in real time.
Now flash forward to the beginning of Sister Location, a place where, as we're
This is a
told in the
cultural
trailer,
footnote we're going through right here.
anger is restless, and secrets don't keep. The children's spirits are mad and eager to get out, but how does a ragtag group of sentient robots escape? Even if they made it to the surface, giant endoskeletons roaming around would be like the coming of Terminator 2, and humans don't take kindly to that sort of thing. And so they've been forced to concoct a sneakier plan to escape. They've put together...
I simply wouldn't kill children. Honestly, it's kind of fucked up if I do that. Honestly, you're kind of onto something. You're kind of cooking.
Misdirection tactics to create a new entity.
This is the history they don't want us to know. You're right. Now you're catching on. You're catching on. You'll fit in well here.
Eyeballs that serves as their final hope. And we know it's all the animatronics together because it refers to itself as we.
There is nowhere to go when we look like this.
As the teaser said, there was a part of him in every body.
There's a part of me in everybody.
Five Nights Ennard uses those various skills and pretends in order to gain our trust, using the voice mimic to sound like Baby. Be sympathetic, adopting the voice of the little green-eyed girl to make us compelled to move forward and save her. But it's all a trick, and by night 5, they've cleared out all the evidence,
deploying the
killing
Freddy
the other
Fazbear.
technicians so that no one can speak of the haunted animatronics.
He's feeling a little bit
Those
quirky
guys
tonight.
haven't been scooped. They've saved that honor specifically for you, the purple guy. The reason they're stuck.
The advised
there
enemies have
first
deployed
place.
Freddy Fazbear into the
Using
AO,
Baby's voice, they
and
push
he's
you
feeling a
into the
bit quirky
scooping room,
tonight.
remove the skeleton and inhabit your body. And as we see in the final scene, their escape is successful. The purple guy, the serial killer father trying to put his son back together, is killed by the exact monsters he first created. But not in an unhappy way. He achieved what he wanted, being reunited with his children. Page 411 of Silver Eyes. Quote, the voice of the rabbit was smooth and rich, almost musical. Dave cocked his head to the side so that only one of his...
Ew.
Cock?
Never mind.
Somebody said cock?
Never mind. Joke canceled. Panto came out of the gate immediately funnier than me. I can't do this anymore. I have to quit. I have to graduate.
His bulbous eyes could peer through the sockets. He always wanted to love, he said in those melodious tones. Your father loved, and now I have loved. End quote. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the...
No. No super amazing car tournament. It's not
Why do you
happening.
say that last bit in my ear?
He was kind of like, thanks for watching. Damn. Okay. I mean, when I'm in college, I have to graduate. God damn it. Okay. Oh, you're so small. You guys are so small. Get bigger, please. Get bigger, please. Here.
It takes
I'm
a little
just a
time,
baby.
but, you know.
There you go.
Should have bet him.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'm gonna mute myself.
Alright, we're out of here. We're gonna raid. I don't fucking know. Who are we raiding? Who's even online? What is happening in my chat right now? Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. We're raiding.
Can
See
you
guys
crush
later.
my balls with your hands?
La Virgo Bonita is playing Lethal Company. Raid phrases. I'd like a slice of that pizza. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for being here, Hitsu.
Love you all so much. Oh my god.
Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. I've been PIPI ANANASSA, not Hiroshi, and I'm fucking out of here. I can't stand you guys.